we're live, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday!
Hello!
Happy Sunday, everybody. It's your favorite group of adventurers, fuck-ups, as well as killer of evildoers and a doctor of kobolds. So,
I heard you say a doctor of kobolds.
I heard that
Oh, which
too.
one of us is that?
I was like, one of us is a doctor.
I was like, I know he means adopter, but like, what?
I said adopter, but I guess the mic was a little bit weird, and some people are tardy.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Also,
Wow.
I think like 4 out of 5 of our characters are adopted, actually.
And
Yeah.
2 out of the 5 of our characters are theoretically doctors if you squint.
Squint?
If
Fuck you mean if you squint?
you squint. If you squint, Raina and Lyra can maybe put a band-aid on some shit.
It's just like, oh, take some dirt!
Eat this herb and call me in the morning.
Oh my gosh, we're off to a great start already.
I
love it.
prescribe you 2 mangoes. Scurvy away.
Coconut,
Prescribe you a bag
Give
full
you
of raspberries. I was in the group of people back then that could have bought you a house, and now it's worth $800,000. Meanwhile, I have 9 roommates.
I have 9 roommates.
We each pay $2,000 a month.
It still isn't enough.
Anyways, the economy aside, what happened last time on Dragon Ball D&D, was that you all pretty much were recovering a little bit from the sacking of Greenest. Can't even really call it a battle. The only parts that there was necessarily a battle was at the keep, where pretty much everybody held, or wherever you guys all were. Everywhere else,
I was there.
Yeah, very good, Alcar. You can have a cookie. And so by doing this, though, you kind of have identified yourselves as people who are trustworthy to the governor, Governor Nighthill. And he basically said, hey, I'm planning on contacting Burdusk for them to send a retinue of knights, footmen, soldiers, whatever they have available, to come and snuff out this, group of cultists and such, so that they don't do this to another group of people. But he needs good intelligence of where they are and other information that might be pertinent. Pretty much just like, hey, you guys all know the general area of where they are, but you didn't know the exact location until now. So this is also your chance to do a little bit of reconnaissance, as you had dealt with the rear guard as well, preventing them from sounding any form of alarm as well. Also came across on the road the 2 kobold friends, Clip and Nerp.
Huzzah!
They are now seemingly with you, as it appears that in their brain, God has told them that they must go and age well.
Mighty
Also,
quest.
another part that I failed to mention a bit about is that you basically started a kobold uprising with a small group of cultists, and they got pelted by fucking stones like they were. Oh no, nope, I'm not making that joke.
That is when it rains and I walk outside and get a little wet. Those guys got mauled.
Yeah, Severe also got hit by a stray rock.
Just the one.
Ow.
Just the one.
Yeah. Just the one.
Sphera has more health than a cultist.
My goodness.
Guess you could say she got a little stoned.
Get out.
What you did there.
So. Anyways, God. So you all are pretty much outside of where this bandit camp is after having won the battle. And this could be the moment where you, if you wish, you could all do some perception rolls. Just declare what it is you're trying to look at from afar, if you're trying to look at something. Because you're far enough away to where, a sentry probably isn't going to notice you. But you know, you're close enough to where it's not going to be too much of a walk to get there.
I'd like to take a perception check to kind of get an idea of just like the sheer size of their numbers.
Okay, go ahead and roll me perception. Numbers wise, it's got to be a very long time calling. That large force that was right outside the keep, like when Lendergosa challenged Alcar to one-on-one combat, that was maybe an eighth, a ninth of what they have.
Oh, so there's a lot.
Oh.
So, like, we're talking like if there was an infestation, this is it, honey.
Mm.
Well, looks like we found the main force, I think.
It certainly seems that way.
And I try to see what's going on in this camp.
Go ahead, roll me perception. Just if you're just trying to see what kind of activities are like happening throughout the camp, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so from what you are able to tell with that is that it seems like the outskirts there's a lot of menial tasks. A lot of cultists are putting some kobolds to work, but what you also notice is that some kobolds are putting some humans to work, and they're not prisoners. It seems like they're mercenaries of sorts. You're actually seeing a lot of different kind of people wearing different types of armor going around the camp. So it doesn't appear that the hierarchy is strictly, kobolds on the bottom, humans on top. It seems that their hierarchy is almost like you got the dragon claws, which seem to be almost like sergeants, if you will. And then you have the cultists and acolytes, roughly around the same area. And then you have the kobolds. Then you have these mercenary people. Which roll me insight, Lyra.
Okay.
All right. So you're able to put kind of together that potentially you might be able to, if you go in with your little kobold friends and everything, might be able to just walk right in and just pose as mercenaries, honestly. There's a decent chance, without necessarily needing to wear cultist robes and to masquerade as, a cultist necessarily.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
What's interesting?
Well, we might be able to get in just fine as ourselves, seeing as how the kobolds are above mercenaries.
Yes, but if we did that, that would leave those two in charge. And he gestures to the kobold.
We just
You
have
see
God
Clip is
speaking in their
picking his
head.
nose.
God just tells them what to do, right, Civ?
What? God? Oh, wow. You mean the universe?
The universe, yes.
Yeah.
That's
Looks like I'm thinking
right.
cold. Like I got a nugget.
Oh no, please don't. Please don't.
Oh, so much better. I can actually breathe now.
Oh god, it's twice the size of his nostril.
Gods were doomed.
Oh no!
What? What do you mean we're doing? What?
Did you pull your
What?
brain out?
No, it's too big
Assuming
for
he had
that.
one in the first place.
That's not confirmed. I don't know, but anything's possible, I guess.
Well,
Where do you plan to put that?
Ooh. Flick it. Lick it.
That is a great question, and I will let you know when my brain has gotten to that process of thought.
So you're just gonna stand there holding a grotesque and gargantuan slimy booger on your finger?
Flick
That
it.
was really descriptive, Raina.
Well,
Flick it.
yes.
Civ just starts retching.
You see, I prefer to call them nuggies, actually.
Ew,
I-
don't eat it. Don't eat it.
Still
Don't eat
a
it.
stream of mucus attached to it and into your nostril, darling. That's it. Does anyone have
that might be a
tissue?
vein.
I mean, if I'm feeling fancy, I call them a boggy.
Ugh.
Oh.
Well, what do you
Oh.
normally
You
do with
also-
your bogies?
Hey, nerd, cat. What?
Oh no.
Oh god.
I'm gonna be sick.
Do you also call them extra protein?
Alcott,
Oh.
don't encourage him to eat it.
No.
Now Now you're talking, bro. And then you
Oh.
hear like fucking Nerp goes, please stop.
Please, yeah, I agree. Please,
He just goes, please stop.
please don't.
Somebody can only take so much.
All right. Well, first off, how are we feeling? Do you think we would just walk in right now, or
Oh,
do you
I'm
think
feeling
we...
fucking great now that fucking like nose turd is out of my head.
Not
think at
you. I think you're
Yeah.
talking
Oh.
to everyone.
I'm sorry.
I think at
Okay,
least a
darling.
couple of us should dress in the robes.
Well, this is a question of how well do you think we can pull off being a cultist?
No, we don't need to be a cultist. We could just be ourselves as mercenaries. For
I would-
hire.
Well, maybe I should wear the robes because I have a legit sigil. If anyone asks, I just flash it.
There we
And
go.
you're
So
also
we
the
have,
most
like-
culty.
Excuse me,
Right,
how am
we
I
just
the
say
most
that we report
culty?
to you.
Well, you're like...
something, religion, something.
yes, religion.
Yeah, the religion of Talos. I don't think that's the same thing, darling.
I
But
think
you're good at
okay.
blowing things up.
one could comment that
I can't argue
a
that.
religion. One could just comment that a religion is just a cult with a franchise, but I think that is not the conversation for now. Here and now.
It was a franchise. We make a merchandise. I like the sounds of this already.
Civ raises her hand tentatively.
Hey,
Yes.
you.
Yes, Siv?
Some of us are a bit more beat up than others.
Yes, stop.
How about a
need-
quick
we-
rest before we
We
make
need a
any
rest
moves?
for sure.
Good. Okay. Well, you guys need a rest. I'm perfectly fine.
Ow. Talk about flex, but not flex. Goddamn.
Sorry, I'm used to having to dodge large people.
Dodge, honey,
Is that what-
you stood in the back, cowering and throwing fire everywhere.
So cheap and aggressive.
Right. Well, in any case, yes, I do think we should take a rest. So, at least we have our wits about us before we dive in headfirst into peril.
So, and this is out of character, are we thinking a long rest or are we thinking a short rest?
I thought it's on a long rest.
Long rest would be nice, but it also puts us more at risk of somebody getting wise to things.
No,
to
we're
bad
just
shit happening.
mercenary. We're just mercenaries. What do you mean?
Well, if we
I'm
dress in
okay
the
with it.
robes and then take a long
Yeah.
rest, they'll just assume we're
Well,
dicking around.
better question: who's going to? Somebody's got to take over, be changing the guard, or who's on sentry duty.
Kobolds, can you take charge and just take care of us?
They both do a very, very out of sync salute. Like,
Yes, we're gonna just take a little rest. Just
It's a long
Yeah, you can
rest.
count on us.
It's been a long journey, you know.
Will you alert us if anyone gets too close?
Oh, yeah. We'll be the first to.
And
you'll
if
be the first
anyone
out.
asks, you could just say that we're part of the mercenaries that are here to help, and we have only arrived and just in need of a little break.
What about gesture to the bodies?
What?
We should
bodies
probably
of the
bury those
rearguard.
first.
Oh,
That's right, Alcar. You should probably bury the bodies.
Can we just incinerate them?
you should probably
Well, here's the issue. But here's the issue. You think they're not going to wonder, hey, what happened to the sentries we already posted? Who are these new people?
we are taking rounds.
Yes, they went off on their break.
Wouldn't they have
That's
gone
right.
back into? Wouldn't they have gone back into the camp to take their break?
I don't know. They can break wherever they want to break, can't they?
What if
Al-
we are those people? How do they know it wasn't us?
Alcar's already digging a hole with a shovel.
Oh, darling, keep going.
Shit. Perhaps the kobolds will be not smart enough to fulfill. I don't think the actual cultists will, or the mercenaries will fall for that.
But look at their army, Quill. There's so many. How are they going to remember everyone's faces and everyone's names? They're just cannon fodder anyway.
All right, but get ready for a second fight if they don't fall for the trick.
Well,
That's-
we also have the kobolds to alert us.
I don't think we should impersonate these people on the off chance that somebody did know them. That's why we're a second shift, not the original shift. We don't know what
Alright.
happened to original shift. They wandered off, they were out of our sight, and we haven't seen them since. It's out of our hands, honestly.
That's
All right.
right. Just let me do the talking if it comes to that.
I'll trust you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, hand me
So
one of
it
those
seems-
robes.
So, question though: is anybody helping Alcar bury the bodies?
If you can allow me to, I can use Earth Tremor to open the Earth up.
How much? How much does a Earth Tremor do though in terms of size?
Oh, is it 10 feet? 5 foot for each 5 foot, requiring 1 minute. I don't know. Is it that little box at the bottom of it? Because that says 10
Could you
feet.
just cast a spell just so we have the
Oh,
description in the chat, so that way I can see if I can help you out.
Yes.
5.
Okay. So you can use in the ground within range of each creature other than you on a failed save. If in that area it becomes difficult terrain until 5 foot diameter. I would allow you to. So here's what I would allow. If you utilize the spell slot with this, right?
Mhm.
It will essentially portion requiring at least 1 minute to clear by hand. Okay. Yeah, I'd be fine with it because you're using a spell slot to cast this, right?
Yeah, and then we're going into that long rest. But yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say that you're able to do that, and Alcar pretty much what Alcar can do, is dump the bodies in, shovel the dirt on top of it. I
Yeah.
just need you to cast it again, but you don't need to do it since we're going to do a long rest anyways. Or are we not
Mhm.
doing a long rest? First off.
I think we are doing a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are doing a long rest. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Do
then
you want
yeah,
to cast it
then
again?
only if you want to, honestly. We're gonna be pressing long rest in a sec anyways.
Okay. So I did. All right, Alcar, there's your hole.
Haha, you said hole!
You see, Osric is trying to help, but he's a tiny lizard, not doing much.
Alcar rolls a body in and starts shoveling dirt over it.
Oompa,
You think we should-
loompa, doopa dee dee.
Do you think we should,
I
say a
have a
word?
shovel made for thee.
Do you think we should say a word or something before we give this person a rather undignified burial?
Get
Please
fucked.
don't
We
let
don't even know
anyone
his
kill
name.
us.
Oh, unnamed god cultist person. Please don't come back as undead. Thank you, Kate. But Kate, thanks. Bye.
Please don't come back as undead. Okay, thanks. Bye. Hashtag ripperoni pepperoni. That's great.
Ripping pepperonis, bozo.
Can you guys still hear me? One sec.
I can hear you.
Zach, there you are.
Yeah, okay. Again, also comparative to last time, does my mic still sound cutting in and out, shoddy, what have you?
Nowhere near as
No.
much as last time.
Okay, perfect. So I would like somebody to roll me a D100 private GM roll, though.
I'll do it. You see the roll, Zach?
It just came in. All right. Okay. So you're gonna go for what's up?
Sorry, I had a
Wait.
question before we go into the long rest.
Oh shit.
Okay.
If I wanted to make those graves not look like graves, I'm trying to figure out what I could use. Would Wither and Bloom work to cover it so it looks natural?
What does Wither and Bloom do? As a spell.
Let me just click it so you can see it.
Can you quick mic check, guys?
Make
Yeah,
one,
you're
two.
good.
Ah, fuck.
That's
Sorry.
Oh.
I can hear you guys. Just having an issue.
You know what? This is a really cool usage of this spell, so I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. I'll say that what you're able to do is make like grass and like flowers or something like pop on it.
Yeah.
Does that sound about accurate?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
All right. Everybody will get the benefits of their long rest, so everybody go ahead and hit the long rest button.
Woo!
20 hit points.
Jesus.
So did everybody hit their buttons and all that? Quill, go ahead and make sure you set to public roll. So
Yeah.
now that you're
Yep.
Brightside, I saw it with the long rest button thingy instead of like another roll. And at this point, the kobolds. So you hear one of them skittering on over, going, and it's Clip.
And he goes, big ones, big ones, big ones. Where are you?
Oh my God, yeah.
Ah, what is it? What?
Not sure if it's a problem or anything like that, but Herb's currently talking to one of them.
To one of who?
Oh god.
Dragon Claw. You know, guys with scary mask, all that.
He just kind of like does like a
Oh.
weird like kind of like look on his face.
All right. What?
Oh, that's not
Thank
good.
you for letting us know.
Don't worry, he's keeping him entertained for now. He's showing him his own bogies.
What
His
are they
what?
discussing? Bogies. Car bogies.
Ew. Alright, you called them nuggets.
And he says, that was Nerb.
Oh, fair.
I know, we're so distinct in our voice. I'm surprised that you've heard.
Are you good?
Ew.
Nope.
Yes, he just stopped
You
talking.
kind of. Yes, it sounded like you had an aneurysm at the end there.
Okay, that's weird. But so what happens is that so kind of says,
All right, I need you all to, you know, maybe give us a backup, though. I don't think they're mad or anything like that. I think they're confused.
Confused.
No,
Confused?
it's Nerb. So
Oh, they don't know what Nerp's talking about.
well, best that you just come see. Yeah.
Okay. Whoever's in charge, go.
Yes, we best try to control the situation. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor just before.
If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do Barkskin.
dark skin, mage armor. Do you all go over?
I
Yes.
guess we should.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So you come in and you see Nerp is like showing off and say,
And so the thing is that the further in you dig with your finger, the more that you're able to get, right? So I have these long claws, right? Sometimes I feel like I'm tickling my brain, you know, you get that weird, like, you know, tickling kind of sensation in there. But don't worry, that usually passes.
and the Dragon Claw guy is just standing there going, right. And he goes, oh, this must be your supervisors, right? Please tell me yes. He just says to himself, also, you all are wearing the occultist robes, correct? Or no? Or you're
Just
not?
Rena.
Reyna is.
It was.
Just Rain.
No, yes,
Reyna.
Reyna was.
Yeah.
Just Reyna.
So this is where you ran off to.
Wait What do you mean run up to it? I didn't do any running.
You abandoned your post.
This was my post. What are you talking about?
Get back here
What?
now. We'll discuss this later.
Ooh, yeah.
He just says as he walks. So,
Wow.
Apologies.
And
You know how kobolds can be.
too well. There goes the guarding of the rear. And then you hear like fucking like Nerp is like about to say something, and Clip just fucking covers his mouth. Like,
So far, so good. No trouble, no signs of anything.
Right, fairly uneventful. Looks like all of y'all are having way more fun in camp.
He nods and he says, And he kind of squints because you're the only one that's wearing the robes right now, and everybody else is like just wearing normal like weapons, armor, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he says, "Weird. This doesn't follow the usual procedures of proportions and all that. They don't usually stack more mercenaries per cultist and kobolds."
Raina
And
rolls
then he
her
says,
eyes.
looking around,
Trust me, darling. I get it. I wasn't thrilled with this assignment either, but orders are orders, you know? I just work here.
I'm being paid.
blind GM roll deception to me.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration.
That is a good idea.
Good idea.
Glad you are, Harry.
Oh, that was supposed to be blind. Oh. That was private.
Well,
I can't see. I'm not
that's
looking.
okay.
I'm not looking.
That's okay. I deleted it now.
Okay.
But we're taking that roll. We are
Okay.
taking that roll.
Okay. I promise I didn't look. I just saw the pink dice. I didn't
Okay.
look at the results.
No worries, no worries. You're about to
They were
do a
just-
result. He goes, have to ask some of the other dragon claws, see what we're actually doing. Sorry for the confusion. We're gonna try and cycle some more people out over here. You seen the rear guard yet lately? They were supposed to be here hours ago.
No, just us, darling. We've just been sitting there as instructed. It's been pretty quiet.
You might as well get into camp. We're starting to give morning rations and food out and everything.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I love rations.
Yay.
You got like looks a little bit surprised as everybody. It like gives like an overwhelming like excitement for it.
I mean, we
rations.
know rations are disgusting, but you know, when you're sitting out there in the night, dark, and just a small group, and I don't know, you get bored. You get, what's that expression? Like when your
When
mouth...
you kill for a dry apricot.
Right. It's like you're not hungry, but your mouth is bored. You're peckish. You just want to snack.
And when you say when you're hungry, but you're not hungry, but your mouth is bored, you see like Nerp is like dying. He is fucking dying to do it, and like Cliff has him in like a fucking chokehold at this point, trying to keep him. And he goes, right. Well, get to the camp. We'll get you some food. Don't be too impressed though. It's Bopper's goulash.
Oh. Well, right. All right. We'll tough it out. Thanks.
You hear
Thank you.
Clip say,
I didn't know Bopper was still around. Hell yeah.
Oh God.
and the dragon claw goes away. You successfully bamboozled.
Oh, thank God.
Bamboozled!
That was a close one.
And then like Nerp finally gets it.
Damn it, there was so many puns. Why did you stop me?
Our own
That was
safety.
great, Raina. You're a
Thank you.
convincing cultist.
Well, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I guess in this situation I'll say thanks.
Very good, very good. So this is your opportunity if you wish to. So again, I don't have specific tokens for Clip and Nerp. So They're kind of just with you guys.
They're in hammer
If
space.
that makes sense. Yeah, it's one of those things because they're I put them in the categorization of non-combatant NPCs. Now you can have them as combatant NPCs, but they won't last long.
No,
Oh,
they are to protect themselves.
they gain levels.
I'll give you an idea. Kobolds have 5 health.
God.
So
Oh,
yeah, they're small but not too mighty. They rely on numbers for sure.
the horde.
The horde. So
Whoa.
you all make your way into camp.
Yes.
Raina, how does a cultist walk?
I don't know, just walk. They're just people.
Okay. She walks normally.
Done.
Good.
What must you do? Just walk with a hunch? Go creepy hands?
I
So
cast walk.
Creepy hands.
I'm gonna move
What
you
do I do
all
with my
to
hands?
Just put them beside you.
my brand.
Civ would try to like listen in on, campfire talk.
You're gonna get the chance to be able to kind of pick out the specific campfire talks that you're wanting to listen into as you're on this map. Feel free to move. And there's a couple of eyes, on you all as you're moving in, but none outwardly have seemed hostile.
Where's Dindon?
What?
Important
Yeah.
question.
Or I guess
Who's Dindon?
It's
Down the road.
food.
Did we lose someone? Who's Dindon?
It's food.
Oh, right. Dinner.
But breakfast, so breakfast.
Supper. Breakfast.
Slopping time! You just hear from Nerp.
Slop in time. Is it slop? Is that what we should be expecting? Like a stew of some sort?
I love stew.
Well, at least it's slop and not, gruel.
Mm.
What are these two guys talking about?
Browser
sec.
just died.
Who's
Oh, there.
okay? So these ones just seem to be kind of chilling, talking as it stands. I will say, not every group of them are gonna have a conversation going. So
You sure I can't walk up to them and press A to talk?
correct.
I'm joking.
Are
Eight
these guys saying anything over here by like this campfire or like cultists and kobolds?
This
little group?
campfire actually is where Din Din seems to be.
Oh.
Dindon.
Or Din Din slopping time.
Sloppin', sloppin'. Hello, Kobold.
Sloppy. And he goes,
All right. I will tell you, along with everybody else that is above 3 feet.
he goes,
You get 1 serving. You get a spoon. You get a bowl. Take bowl and spoon with the food. Eat the food. Go down to where we have water. Wash them out and put them over in the area designated.
So being over 6 foot doesn't make me, get 2 bowls.
Nope.
What happens if you're 3 feet? Exactly.
and,
You get
are you?
half a serving.
Yeah, he is.
You get nothing.
He gets half a serving.
He squints at you. He squints at you, Quill, and he's trying to check and see if you're actually a kobold. Roll deception. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
You can if you want. You can if you
yeah, just for the shits and giggles.
So he actually comes over, he looks while no one's looking and all that.
What? You never seen a female kobold before?
Oh, yeah. Hubbada.
Humana.
I have very good skincare routine.
Oh god.
Why are you looking at smooth skin?
And he comes over and he says,
Yeah, us scaly folk gotta stick together.
and he gives you a portion and a half.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Also, my tent is over here during the night, so if you want something,
I'll keep that in mind. As soon as he turns away, Quill makes a gagging motion.
Gods, they're all
Civ just
horny
says-
little folk.
And then,
Kobolds, aren't they?
he actually catches that briefly, and he goes, "Yep, it'll be that tonight."
Well, Quill, you dare not refuse.
Yes,
You
Quill.
have to,
Make sure you
darling.
eat that entire serving. Wouldn't want to be rude now, would you?
Quill's like stewing in anger. Oh
Take
god,
that half a serving.
they're just looming over me.
Gods, they're
They're
horny
just gonna
little
be like,
folk, the
"Follow-"
kobolds.
How do you think we get so many of our numbers around here, boy?
Oh my god.
I just assumed that you'd dig a hole and one of you would spring out of it.
Fuck no, that'd be convenient though. Nope.
That
Gotta
would
do it
be
the old
really
way.
cool.
We basically just end up getting 30 of us together. It's an all-you-can-fuck buffet.
Oh my god.
Gods.
Quill writes this down in her book.
Oh
Just-
no, Quill!
Quill, and she knows for
Quill.
kobold mating rituals.
But write it down later, Quill. You're supposed to be a kobold.
I'm a very talented kobold.
God.
Was educated at Kobold University.
Ah, alright, so I'll take my din-din.
Okay, so
Thank
you all get bowls and all that. And I need all of you to tell me what are your so is everybody actively trying to eavesdrop into conversations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need everybody to go ahead and blind GM roll. So not private, no worries, that was okay. Just this time around, blind GM roll, please.
I got it this time.
Perception?
Like you about what?
Perception.
Dang it, Quill.
What?
Oh, I saw deception and I thought it was perception, and I was like, you didn't blind roll.
You think I am a fool?
I was confused as to how perception fell under charisma.
I see with my smile or something like that.
One second. Okay. And so all of you except Alcar kind of can pick up on it. Sorry, Alcar, you were the only one that didn't roll high enough.
Okay.
Par for the course.
So, you all, but the rest of you also hear is that apparently, they did grab a couple of townsfolk, but there's been one person of interest of late that they've been really, really interested in getting information out of. It's deeper into camp. Some guy that seemed to be a little bit lanky, half-elf looking man.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This slop isn't too bad.
Y'all hearing what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing
Yeah, I
that
don't
you guys
know.
aren't eating enough of the gruel.
Yeah, am I hearing a lack of eating at the moment? Because I'll take your portion.
So
Civ just looks at Reyna.
should we go deeper into camp then?
I think that would be wise.
I have an idea.
Come on.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
you
Lyra,
I'm
you're moving
Oh, shit.
by yourself.
going to find the water to clean my bowl out.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You're just gonna have some friends that want to talk to you, is all. So, as you are walking down this path, Lyra, three kobolds on this side come out. Oh, hey, I haven't seen a person like you. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah. Here's my pigeon number.
Hey, gorgeous. Hey, gorgeous.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, hey, boys. You see it? Call me gorgeous. I'll raise the second base.
How can I help
And
you?
they seem to kind of be in the way for a moment.
Can you show me to where I can clean my bowl out?
Oh, well, we can take that for you, big thing.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
And as they say that, a dragon claw steps over and he says, "Yes, take her bowl for her. I'm going to find out a little bit more from this lovely lady." He just says as kobolds. Do you give like your bowl to them?
Yeah, I can have it.
They take it. And he goes,
Hello.
"What mercenary unit are you with? I haven't seen you among some of the other fresher recruits. Who are you?"
Oh, I'm with the back flank, whatever it was called. Whatever you said.
Rear
What did you
guard.
say?
Thank you, rear guard.
A rear guard? They haven't reported in yet. Where are they?
Oh, well,
And that's funny, because last I checked, the rear guard didn't have any mercenaries. They didn't have any assigned to them.
Can I correct what I meant to say when I was asking
Nope.
what term? Damn it.
Nope. Also, I have unpaused the game, so people
If
can
anyone wants to
move.
join me, that'd be great.
But but he's gonna keep pressing, and he says, "So I ask again,
Oh, has anyone seen? Oh,
who
there you
are
are.
you with?"
I think I meant the wrong thing. I meant the
Oh,
back flank. I'm sorry.
sorry. Damn it!
Roll
Damn it! Sarah.
deception, blind GM roll, Lyra.
Perception?
Can I?
Perception. I can't
Hold
hear.
up,
I
Quill.
can't
I
hear
need you to
anything.
stop.
Okay.
I need you to roll me a blind GM, Quill. Not Quill. Fucking deception.
For me?
Yeah.
If you have,
Sorry,
if
I
you
heard
have,
Quill, so I was like, what?
if you have inspiration, I should maybe use it.
I don't, but I do have something else if it needs to be better.
Well, you have to decide now. Are you using something or no?
Hold on. I don't know where it is. If this counts. A ability or enhance ability?
That's a active spell you have to cast, and it's probably gonna be noticeable.
That's fair. Okay. Never mind. That's it. Go with it.
He just stares at you. And it's around this time that, yes, Quill, now you come in.
Oh, Sarah, did you get lost again? I am so sorry, my lord. Sarah here has taken a little too many hits to the head. She tends to get confused and lost a lot.
Roll me
What?
blind GM roll deception, Quill.
Oh God.
I'm going to use my
Also, other
inspiration.
three, you can move in. Just let this kind of transpire before jumping in. And this just goes as like a static rule. If I'm talking to another player and trying to get like a roll done, try to ease on the brakes.
Okay, I'm using my inspiration. How do you what's the
Shift click
shift click?
for advantage, yes. And then make sure you untick your inspiration.
Is it advantage? Did I get it right?
Yep, it did roll at advantage.
Yeah.
And he squints, looking down at you. Curious. Interesting. So then, I guess I should direct my line of questioning to you. Which unit are you with?
Oh, we're with Derek Staggers. We just recently got hired on.
Eric Staggers.
Your scouting party sent us this way. No, sorry, not the scouting party. The rear guard,
Back flank.
back flank. That's what I meant.
I need another deception roll. Also blind GM. Also, other three, you can start moving.
I think we're
They're starting
waiting
to
to
get
see
close.
the outcome before we get
That was-
involved.
No, that's not blind.
Yeah.
I wasn't blind, but
Do you want me to delete and do blind again?
Nope.
Okay. I can see my failures before me. Understandable.
Mm-hmm. So, again, everybody, let's try to check. If I say blind GM, you gotta wait and make sure it's blind GM.
Yep, I fucked up.
Dragonclaw looks down at you. There is no mercenary party under the Stagger's name. And as he's
Right.
saying this, you other three can notice some cultists slowly kind of stepping around. Zach, like, kind of moving into position a little bit.
Oh, of course there's
Civ.
no other name. This is a new group.
Good.
Civ.
Not good.
Civ.
What?
Can you
What?
get in
What?
his head? If we could find the name of the correct unit, I can storm in there and flash my cultist badge. Maybe it will settle the situation, but we're saying the wrong things.
Well, I don't know if I can get the Dragonclaw's name by getting in his head, but maybe one of the cultists will let something slip. I'll need a focus, so you'll have to keep some of that heat off of me. Looks like Quill's doing a good enough job as it is.
Oh, gods.
Civ is gonna cast Detect Thought
On.
on herself, because she'll be able to read the thoughts of certain creatures. Oh, sorry, not on herself, but on one of the cultists.
One of
Maybe
the
this guy
cultists.
here. Yeah,
this one right here.
she's hoping to maybe get the Dragonclaw's like name or something.
Like a unit that would make sense for this group to be
Yeah.
part of.
Okay. Button cast. Have him targeted.
Okay. Is he target? This guy.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Or you can get a cool effect if there's an effect with it.
yeah.
There's one on you. I'm wondering if it puts one on him. Maybe not. That's okay.
And I'm not gonna probe further to like risk any kind of save, but I'm hoping maybe something on the surface thoughts will give
So
a clue
I
away.
need. This is going to be random chance then. So I need a blind GM 1Z100.
Okay.
Gods. I hope this works.
Okay. You hear in his mind. He basically, like like kind of thinks to himself. It says, "Ugh, James seems to be really pissed off at this one. I'm hoping that this isn't a security breach issue. Really, I'm not in the mood for another fight."
Civ would relay this exact message to
What was the
Reyna.
first half? I missed that.
You mentioned
Did you hear
the
it?
Dragonclaw.
No, I missed that. My mic
James
must have cut out.
seems really pissed.
James?
That was like, yeah.
Yeah. James is pissed.
So I'm assuming the Dragonclaw is James.
That's all. That's all you're. So detect thoughts doesn't give anything more than that, unless you probe deeper.
She will, whatever she heard, relay directly to Reyna. But at this stage in my detect thoughts, I can move it to other creatures as well. I know that's a lot of
I
other
will
stuff
say
happening.
though, in between when you move it to another, when you head down this creature and you're moving it to another, I'm going to progress things with the Dragon Claw going towards Quill and Lyra.
Yeah, I figured.
So are you
But
wanting to do?
I'll do that just anyway in case we get anything else useful. But I'm still gonna relay what I heard from the first cultist to Reyna. So if she wants to make a call or something, she can.
So, what? Do you do anything on your end, Reyna?
Not yet. It's not enough for her to feel confident to move in yet. Because if she says the wrong thing, we're going into initiative. But maybe as like they're floundering, or I don't know. I mean, it's a gamble either way. But
Gotcha. So, in this time, the Dragon Claw kind of like motions the other three, and he says, "We're gonna take you for questioning at this point. I don't think I trust either of what you are saying at this point." And he says, as he pulls out a pair of shackles, and he says, I wouldn't recommend resisting.
Quill
You're
gives
telling the
her.
truth, we'll find it.
Quill gives her hands out. Are these shackles magical?
No.
Okay.
Just standard shackles.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, then, since it's escalating to that, I guess Reina's gonna fish into her pocket and grab her sigil and walk up and just say, James, apologies, but this seems to be a misunderstanding. And she flashes her badge. I'm obviously one of you, and these mercenaries, unfortunately, have been stuck with me for a while in the back flank. I've been here since the attack on Cloudrest. Or, no, not Cloudrest. What is it?
Greenest?
Greenest?
No. Oh, I can't leave the map.
Peaks.
Cloud Peaks. Yeah, thank you.
I need you to go ahead, add advantage, blind GM roll, deception.
Okay.
As like one shackle was already on, he unlocks it, and he says, "Keep a better eye on your mercenaries. We know
Under-
that these people are only here for money."
Oh, thank God.
Understood, sir. I apologize. It won't happen again.
Good. All right, boys. And he says as they kind of back off and such. Take inspiration.
Holy shit.
That was some smooth thinking.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, good show,
Also,
Raina.
while Sphere is by herself,
Hey, baby, you wanna have some fun?
Why hi there. Maybe later. I'm a bit
Oh, damn
busy
it.
right now. You see, my friends are right over there. Ha ha, toodaloo!
You can't escape me!
God.
Oh my god.
Alcar just looks at this acolyte. So, you guys know how to cast Sacred Flame, right?
wait, you're asking?
Yeah.
And he just kind of quirks a brow at you, and he says, "Yes. Why?"
That's okay.
It's just an interesting thing to be able to cast, is all. I wasn't
I
expecting it.
don't know who the fuck you are. What do you want?
Just making
Apologies for my
conversation.
friend over here. Alka, apologies. He's a bit slow in the head, if you will.
That's what Mama always said.
Mercenaries, enough. With me. We're moving forward.
Yes, my lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Right
I
away.
don't pay you
Hell
to
yeah, we
bother.
going over! I mean, yeah, we're doing this.
You don't get paid to bother people. She brings them around the corner. Guys, chill the fuck out. We need to lay low. That was close enough as it was.
Alright, give me 1 second, and
Right.
I'll go ahead, move you all to the other one. Keep, we'll say that you all are kind of slowly walking, right?
Yeah.
And you can keep talking while I get the other map set up.
Okay, so we know Leoth. This is why Leoth. We haven't seen Leoth in town because he got kidnapped.
That's what we're assuming.
He may have willingly wandered off. What if he's actually the informant that's been feeding information?
Considering how apparently they've been trying to interrogate them, I assume that they're not giving information willingly.
Well, I believe I can confirm that he has not given up our identities. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we'd be in a whole lot of trouble right now.
We nearly were. We don't have the luxury of fucking up again, so next time we move, let's make sure we think it through.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Agreed. That means Reina leads. Right, bestie?
In this situation, it seems like the best bet.
She's in the
Maybe
ropes. She calls the shots.
Maybe Sphera should have worn robes too. She's smart as well.
I am quite content to follow. That last battle really took the wind out of my sails.
You're a ship?
She uses the elfin term for it.
Ah, got it.
Oh my god.
Right. Do we have any idea where this Leosin is maybe being held? I didn't get any bits of information, just that he was deeper in the camp.
Same. I was hoping maybe if I got caught, I could maybe find out where they're keeping prisoners.
Yeah, but if they're questioning him, more than likely they have him isolated. They wouldn't bring you where he is.
Yeah, but they'd bring us where they're keeping prisoners, so we'd know at least where some people are.
Right, but don't you
Well,
think...
you might as well go back and get arrested then, if that's what
No.
you're looking for.
Come on, think about it. If they think he's important, they're going to keep him away from anyone. And if they're worried about a breach, and they think that you might be trying to free him, they're not going to bring you right to him.
Fair. On the other hand, there'd probably be other civilian prisoners that we could rescue.
Well, can we realistically do anything for those people without, dying?
Or sounding the alarm and giving up our location and our true identities? Probably not. Not unless we wait until nightfall when most of the guards are sleeping. We have less eyes on us. Or we just incite another kobold riot.
I will say, inciting another Cobalt riot this time will be a lot harder.
She is saying that more as a joke than a
Yeah.
suggestion.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, okay.
That's why I
I
have her
thought
Them
that
just
was
shake
legit.
their head.
I thought that was like a legitimate, like, we could just start another revolution!
No, it was a joke.
Viva la revolution!
Um, okay. So you guys do have a second to talk a bit more on potential ideas. And also some of it is relative to whenever you guys get, a look at. Actually, this map is not that good. The more I look at it, and it's not. So I'm gonna kind of. Yeah, no. Like legitimately, like a lot of these other maps that I've gotten been great. This one, not a fan of. So I kind of want to do more theater of the mind because it also makes it a lot easier. For this portion, at least. And then there are a couple other maps that we have that we'll use.
Before we start that, would now be a good time to take our 5 minute?
I'd be down for it to use the restroom. I'm gonna check and see if I need to move my truck as well. So yeah, we'll do a 5 minute.
All right, sounds good.
So, back to 5, everybody.
BRB.
I return.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hello?
You what, mate?
Well,
You what, mate? Put your fucking head in and swear me mum.
Mom? Mom? Mom?
Mama.
Mom? Mommy?
Mommy,
Mommy?
mommy, mommy,
Mommy?
mommy.
Mama. Ooh. Those of you watching, thank you very much for tuning into GameDayHype. If you wish to further support our games, feel free to subscribe or donate to our streams. Every dollar counts and helps. We managed to get Save here off Potato. We can upgrade more of the game with your contributions.
Hey, your contributions didn't do shit for my computer. That was all me.
Shut up.
oh yeah.
Shut up.
So I still have to give you the $5.
That's my hard work. Yeah, thanks. And keep the spare change.
So,
So,
Is it? Am I? Am I still here? Hello.
yeah,
Hello?
you're here.
oh.
Okay. So,
Hello.
I'm waiting for somebody else to move out of the way so I can then move my truck. Like they have the people in this neighborhood like have like a policy of like parking on the side of the street. So I technically have to like move it and all that. I'm still waiting a little bit, so we might have like a little bit of a longer break, but then we'll be good and all that.
Thank you.
How long does it
Yeah,
take
I
her
just,
to move a truck?
So what you're
I'm not the
saying?
one moving the truck. I'm saying that there are cars in the way, and we're waiting for them to move their cars.
Oh.
So what you're saying is
No.
this is an opportunity for roleplay.
Yeah, no. Talk it up. Talk it amongst each other, everybody. So, I'll play with each other until I get back.
It
So,
So what is everybody's greatest fear in life?
seems like a rather odd question to be asking in this situation, don't you think, Quill?
You're very odd. I don't know. I panicked. The silence was getting to me.
Understandable.
Alcar still has his bowl of stew, and he's just eating while like looking between everybody.
I saw Quill still has her serving and a half. She
I've just left her in there after having like a spoonful, just been like yuck.
Same with Reina. She was like, no thanks. She probably handed it to
Like
someone.
new things.
Mine was taken away by
Then-
kobolds.
Then that means that Alcar has 2 bowls of stew,
you have
and
two
he's
bowls.
just like drinking from them like one after another
What do you get the second bowl?
from Reina.
Okay, let's strategize.
Automatize. All right.
Well, first we need to find where Leosin is.
Turns out he's going to
What?
be somewhere a little more secure looking.
I have ways to go unseen. I could probably peek in and out of a couple of their tents, see where they holding him.
I also have Oswick here. He can help, but well, there's also a good chance that a kobold might eat him.
Let's not forget, though, that they are seemingly expecting to potentially be infiltrated. So there may be magical detections or traps set up.
Yep.
Just something
Also,
to be mindful of.
Hold on,
We sh-
Quill brought up an important question. If a kobold were to eat Oswick, wouldn't you be able to resummon him?
well, depends. I would be able to resummon. I can resummon like this, but if he is killed, I will have to perform a ritual to properly summon him back.
Yes, but the point is, if he were to be eaten and then you summoned him again, would he disappear from the kobold's stomach?
It depends. Do the kobolds kill before they consume? Or do they just
Generally.
swallow him whole? If they swallow him whole, there is a chance I can technically get to rescue Oswick, yes. But chances are they're going to tear off his head first.
But my point is, wouldn't it take Oswick from their stomach and make them hungry again?
If his head is ripped, if this is
Sorry, this is important. Why?
yeah, this is an academic question, but this is not the time for it. We will have this debate after.
I agree. Fascinating discussion. Best one kept for a nice meal around a campfire.
I don't know. This grill stuff is actually pretty good. What?
Right. So, everybody, focus now. What are we saying? We keep venturing deeper into this camp until we get some sort of indication that that's where they might be keeping some high-profile prisoners?
Well, I think there's something to your suggestion of perhaps going unseen. I think if we keep wandering around the camp and poking our heads into tents, it's going to look way more suspicious than if we just
That's
planted
right.
ourselves somewhere, maybe around a campfire or something, while you investigated. But I'm just worried about perhaps magical traps or something.
Or magical detection.
Yes. But, I mean, the cultists seemingly have some ability to utilize magic, so I don't know, maybe that's on our side? I mean, like,
I
it,
do-
There's
it might
always
not be a
risk.
perfect science if it's detecting magic.
Mm-hmm. sometimes detect magic can be a little icky. It would probably detect the person who is invisible, and also, I have the advantage in revealing, but that's on our side.
Sorry.
I also have 2 spells that might be of use. One is a short-range teleportation spell, Misty Step, and the second is a spell that can be used to unlock certain doors called Knock. The catch is for Knock is that it is a very loud spell. So we could get, if we need to get somebody unlock something in a rush, and we do not fear being heard, we could utilize it.
I mean, I have a way to unlock things too without being loud, necessarily.
Wow.
It's a little spell called thaumaturgy. I can.
That doesn't unlock things.
It sure does. It can cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
Okay, it can open a unlocked door. What about a locked one?
Well, you unlock it and I'll fly it open. I don't know.
That is what I mean. This is my knock is for opening a locked door, for getting past the lock, for other similar things. I mean, I do like where you're going with that. I think we could use Thaumaturgy could be used in a creative way, but I just don't think not for unlocking a door.
Well, as a distraction then, maybe. I don't know.
Perhaps
Oh,
it can.
okay.
Thaumaturgy does create like little miracles, doesn't it?
Yes,
You gotta
I could do other things with it.
Yep. Speaking of which, since you're pretending to be a Tiamat cultist at this moment, how much do you know about Tiamat?
About Tiamat. Isn't she like the mother of dragons or something?
Mother of chromatic dragons, the 5-headed queen, the 5-headed tyrant queen.
Right.
Apparently, currently living in the first layer of Venice, of the 9 hells in Venice.
As far as we know.
She's often a goddess of greed and wealth and whatnot, and things dragons covet. Just to backstory in case somebody starts questioning you on your faith.
Right. Good thinking, Quill.
Mm.
Well,
Unfortunately, we just don't know enough at this moment. I'll have to continue to explore at the moment.
right. I don't think Misty Step is going to be a good idea because there's going to be people watching him. So if you just poof
Obviously.
out of nowhere, that's going to be very suspicious.
Yeah, it's only just me. So, like I said, this is one of those nobody's looking in a pinch sort of backup spells.
Right.
While this conversation is going on, Alcar's just quietly singing to himself, "Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious."
Yeah.
Alka, that
While
in
this
itself is
conversation is
suspicious.
happening.
Sorry, Siv, go ahead.
I was just saying, while this convo is also happening, Civ is going to gather up some of her power, or reclaim some of her power. Oh god, I blind GM rolled it. Oops.
Well, I guess we won't know till Zach gets back.
Got a spell slot back, so.
So, alright. The plan is Civ goes invisible, checks out the tents. We plant ourselves somewhere nearby, but far enough to not be conspicuous. We wait for her signal, and she'll guide us to the tent. And then we slip in, dispatch the guards or whomever's in there, and try to free Leosin? Or, I mean, we did want to see those dragon eggs too, so if we give away our position too early, then we won't get to the eggs.
Are we going to eat the eggs?
No.
But I want an omelet.
No.
We
We are not supposed to be heroes.
Yeah,
we really ought to just be collecting information for the governor.
If anything,
We
we're supposed to be
are
getting our
Good.
people out before we should be worrying about.
Are
The
they
eggs.
though?
No, I want an egg.
Are they
We need
our
to get-
people?
They're not. They're not our people. We need to get as much reliable intelligence as we can so that the governor can bring the gnats over.
I just want to know how
Otherwise, all
Leosin
of this
got.
will be snubbed.
How did he get kidnapped to begin with? Wasn't he supposed to be inside of the keep?
That's what's
Question.
suspicious.
I don't trust
To be
this
honest,
situation.
Something seems off about Leosin, but
I just want to point out that I was the first one to bring up the possibility that Leosin is a traitor.
I don't. Okay, I'll be honest. I think something seems definitely off. I don't think Leosin is quite a traitor.
Well, we don't really rightly know, do we? The only way to know is to get close to that tent and listen in on what they're saying. If we can hear the information that Leosin is sharing, we could determine whether or not it's voluntary, or if they're beating it out of him or forcing it out of him by magical means, and then everything will be sorted.
Well, apparently they haven't managed to force anything out of him yet, so...
Well, that doesn't mean anything. You could just be waiting for someone who's more important to speak to.
More important than the dragon claws?
The dragon claws follow orders from the top, too. They're just middlemen.
Like a banker?
Like a what?
Like a banker, a middleman, someone who is completely unnecessary.
Sure.
Well, I believe we can all agree that if we can help Leosin without getting caught, or speak with him, that we indeed should. Causing any big waves in this camp might not be a very good idea right now, considering we have to make it over to that hatchery.
Civ?
Yeah, I can take like 5 guys,
Yeah,
but there's
also-
like way more than 5 guys.
Do we
here.
need... Again, I don't think the hatchery is our priority number 1.
I do think it's a priority, but I think Civ,
is.
if you're... Are you
Yes.
able to go invisible and speak into someone's mind at the same time, or do those two conflict each other with concentration?
I did it with the kobolds.
Oh, that's right. All right, so maybe you get close. Once you can hear Leosin, perhaps you can tap into his head and speak to him directly without being seen. And then, once you gather information, you can disconnect and connect with one of us, fill us in, and we can strategize from there. But right now, I don't think we have enough pieces to fully make a full plan.
I agree. And yes, I can do that.
All right.
Just to establish, your ability to speak telepathy, you can do invisible. Because I'm pretty sure the ability to read minds is a spell, correct?
My telepathic speech is not. Is it concentration based? It's a feature.
It's a feature. But if you're using detect thoughts on anybody while you're invisible, that might break the spell.
I don't think
Hang on,
she's
hang on.
using detect thoughts. I think she would be going invisible, finding Leosin by
Yeah.
probing.
Okay.
I'm gonna use telepathic speech. I'm not gonna
Okay.
use detect thought.
Okay,
And telepathic speech is not concentration.
No, you're not. I misunderstood. I thought you were going to try and probe people's minds while
No,
you're
no,
trying
no.
to do
I'm gonna, like I said, I'll do exactly what I did with the kobolds. Like I was there invisible and I spoke into one of their minds. So
Okay,
I could do that with Leosin.
Civ's gonna be invisible to find Leosin by having access to going in and out of tents without being seen. And then when she finds him, she'll give us the general area so we could organically make our way closer to the tent in case something happens. But then she'll talk into his mind and just get information and then relay it to one of us. And then we'll figure out what to do from there, is my understanding.
Makes sense.
Alcar suddenly stops eating from his bowls and looks down at them quizzically. Do you think there's people in this?
Alcar, what is wrong with you?
No, there's no people in this.
Okay, good. He goes back to eating.
Would taste a little more meaty if it did.
Well, now that you mention it, tastes vaguely like pork, but I didn't see any pigs coming in.
I'm
It doesn't.
surprised you can distinguish any taste from that.
This isn't very far very different than what I had as a child.
You poor
There are
thing.
some overtones of dill and rosemary.
I don't think so, Alcar. Do you think this
Yeah.
encampment's going to be using dill or rosemary?
Okay, look, I don't tell you how to do your religion thingies. Don't tell me about food.
Alcar, look
I can-
around you. They're not going to waste resources on purchasing expensive spices and herbs like that. It's probably some mushrooms they gathered from around the toilets, and water, and meat. There's probably nothing fancy in there. It is vile. I don't know how
Dill
you're
and
eating
rosemary are not expensive. You can
I
find
would,
them growing pretty much anywhere, actually.
I wouldn't say dill and rosemary, but I do take a hint of thyme.
that. You guys are
Ah, yes.
honestly.
I think
see
it's
it
the
now.
distinct taste of rat meat, is what it
That's
is.
more than likely
It
what
could
it
be
is.
rat, yes, that's true. Of course, I'm not picky.
No am I.
Food is food.
Like I said, this is what happens when you grip pull.
I mean, I'm hungry, it's here, it's going in me.
Aren't you an elf, Alcar? Don't you have some kind of snobbish standards or something?
Yeah, I mean, so if I have options, yes. But when you're hungry, food is food. Wait, they have toilets here?
I don't know, Alcar.
I think it's they have maybe an outhouse, a chamber pot, or you're just going to have to find a bush.
Probably an outhouse. I wonder if there's a little moon carved into the door.
Well,
What?
probably not. There's probably a dragon carved into the door, if anything.
Oh. I like moons.
The moon is pretty. Though it's currently
So
set.
are all of you.
I'm sorry?
I said, so are all of you.
Oh. That's... Thank you. I mean, I can't tell if you're being creepy or not, but...
Alcar's like staring at a bush right now and he looks back. What? Who's creepy? He starts like making creeping motions.
Stop that. Stop. We're trying not to be suspicious, remember?
Right. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I can't reach up to him. Can somebody smack him?
I don't
Why
think
would you
that
do
would
that? That's not kind. And Reyna is right. That would not help. That is counterproductive.
If anything, hitting him will just make him lose more brain cells, Quill.
You're
Do you
right.
think? Is that why I am the way that I am?
The world
He
may
suddenly
never
gains
know.
this like
Oh.
introspective.
Bless your heart. You're perfect the way you are.
Thank you, Civ. You're perfect the way you are too.
I know.
I knew that was coming.
Win.
Hey, Quail, can you make more Auspex sounds? Ew. Again.
You're killing me.
One more?
One more.
One more. Suddenly, Alcar gains this like faraway look, and he goes, "Hey guys,
Yes, I'll
do you ever
go.
do you ever think about the fact that there are only two direct sources of all knowledge, the objects of the external world and the mind, and that in this regard, all significant psychological facts of consciousness are open to study only by the subject of knowledge itself, thus the need for introspection?"
Who are you?
What
I'm
the
gonna
fuck did
become
I come back
Alcar.
to? When did you get smart?
I think he just broke. I think he's ascending.
He's offending.
I think he's becoming one with the Celebrine. Stand back.
What the fuck is going on? Sorry about that. It took
forever for that person to get out of the way because they were having a freaking conversation with their mother while like they were slowly like getting into their car, and I was literally just standing there because they said, "Oh yeah, they're moving it." I'm standing there like the entire time, like, okay, I'm ready.
Anytime now.
Anytime now. I would love it if you didn't, waste mine. But, that's just too much to fucking ask for, I guess. Oh my gosh. So, alrighty. I believe we were left off with you guys continuing. I also would like a swath. Yes, a swath of perception rolls, please, from everybody.
Just regular?
Yeah, regular. These ones you can see.
Whee! I like being able to actually see my rolls.
Yeah, it makes it pucker factor isn't as high.
Oh, hot damn.
You
This is
said
our jam.
perception, right?
No, not
yes,
perspiration.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot it was on blind GM. Oh well.
That's okay. You don't need to change it. I see it. So, Libra, you got a 10. Alcar, you got an 18. Reyna, you got a 20.
I sure did.
Yes. Also, just confirming, can everybody still hear me fine? All that good
Yep.
stuff.
I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect.
Unfortunately. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you little.
Don't make me sick the horny kobolds on ya.
Please, anything but that.
I love how
yeah.
everybody's just ignoring Alcar's sudden moment of lucidity.
We're gonna act like that didn't happen.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Reyna
have
just
time
thinks you
to
had a
unpack all that.
stroke and doesn't want to bring it up.
I think I had a stroke, and that's why you sounded normal.
So when Alcar is mentally impaired, he gets smarter.
I thought that was just his average day.
Anyway.
Yes. So, okay. So the nat 20 roll. That's the one that's actually gonna get something.
Woohoo!
Reyna, you hear along the way of walking, because you all are walking, kind of like trying to get deeper into camp, maybe closer to wherever this supposed prisoner might be, right? You hear from one of the, like a couple of the cultists talking. One of them says, "Yeah, we lost some guy, a lot more people than I was thinking we would. I thought we would maybe lose like 1 or 2 here or there, but can't always be a winner, I guess. Yeah, well, at least those frickin' crazy silver people aren't after us. Yeah, fucking." Last I checked, we haven't seen them for at least about, like, what, a month and a half, maybe? I hope we don't see him again.
Interesting. Did you guys hear that?
I did.
No.
He'll
No,
Whoa.
you're not supposed to hear
I
that.
was about to say, the only one who heard it was the one with the nat 20.
Oh, sorry. Head what?
Those cultists. They were just talking about the silver guys after them. That it's been a month.
Wait his eyes widen a little bit.
Who are the silver
Okay.
guys?
I have a theory on who Leosin might be, but I do not have. It's really just more of a wild guess at this point. I need a considerable more amount of evidence if my theory is to be correct.
Who is he?
I would rather not I'd rather not state this wild guess in case I am hilariously wrong.
Okay.
I said we're going to need more evidence first, but yes, let's see if we can find him.
Okay.
I mean, you
Well,
could always
good
just
to know
fucking
that
tell
there's
us. Who
someone
are we
out
gonna
there.
talk to?
Yeah, tell Nerping
I
to.
think. Okay, I'm going to sound insane for this. Do you think there's a possibility Leosin might not be a half elf?
What are you saying? You think he's a full elf?
I think he might not even be humanoid.
What?
What?
You know,
What?
there are stories, about who is the greatest. Well, let's see. Who's the greatest enemy of Tiamat? Bahamut, king, father of the metallic dragons, and this is the midst of a cult of the Tiamat's cult and faith. Would it not make sense for, say, a silver dragon to try and infiltrate?
What?
You think Leosin is a silver dragon?
Like I said, it's a crazy idea and it's really off very little. I can't. This is like I said, where I didn't quite want to reveal this.
Well, Silver Dragon would come in handy just about now. I'll say
Would.
that.
Yeah, we can just make him lay some eggs or something. That was a joke. That was a joke,
What?
people. That was a joke. Okay.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
Ugh. Honestly.
Cracking me up.
Like I said, it's just a wild theory and we can't really act on it.
Right. Well, I think it's time to enact our plan, don't you?
Great.
Agreed.
All right. We'll give you some cover, Civ.
Thanks.
What was the plan?
I mean, they're like behind like a tree or something.
I don't
right?
think he
So
was
we
here
can
for the plan.
I know. He's going to
Okay.
learn right now.
Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
I'm asking. What's the plan?
Civ's gonna go invisible.
Well,
Sure you
probably
don't
go invisible somewhere, not in the middle of the
Yeah,
camp.
makes
We
sense.
just
When-
said we're like behind a tree or something, and Raina's helping to give her a little cover.
I'm like completely in the dark. What the fuck is going on?
How the turntables, Zach.
Man, okay.
I mean, you're gonna learn the plan right now.
Mhm. It's not crazy. It's
Go ahead
Only
and
slightly
you
normal.
cast invisibility on yourself. So that is going to be active for the next hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at this point, Civ is gonna try to find the tent that Leosin is, or where Leosin's being captured. By trying to either stick her head into the tents and see who's in there without being seen, or maybe overhearing,
So
conversation.
you're actively trying to find where he is, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not too hard to figure out just generally where the captive is being held. It's towards deeper into the camp. In fact, it's it's right outside of what looks like a cave entrance into the mountain. I need you actually no, I'll carry the rest of that because Severa, you're the only one that's wait, are you sticking around the party while you're invisible?
The idea was
Yeah.
Okay.
For now,
And
until like we find something that looks like it could be a potential lead that we could explore. But just as she casts it, she's around the party.
so, but you're following the party until a lead presents itself, correct?
the idea
right.
was like
Yeah.
the party was gonna keep walking really slowly through the camp, and that Civ would kind of be like darting around trying to find the right tent, and then she could relay to them what tent it is, and then try to speak to Leosin in his mind and just get information while the party remained close enough to jump in if something were to go wrong, but far enough to not like add suspicion to the situation.
Right. Okay. So it's not hard to tell which tent it is that he is in. However, you might not be happy of which tent. Go ahead and actually no, this would be easy to see. One of you is going to recognize this person immediately.
Okay.
As it's the one who gave somebody a scar.
Oh.
Mm.
You see, you hear a very loud, boisterous voice come from, and he says, "Ah, done it! He yells as he leaves a tent. There's a couple of cultists and dragon claws around as he steps out. My lord, Kinwraith, what is the matter? And then he goes, Whelp doesn't seem to have much of anything of use. And I've peeled back a couple of fingertips at this point. And he's just, I'll start cutting them off in probably an hour or so, but I'm gonna give him a rest. Give him some time to actually comprehend what's happening to him when I do it. Also, my lord, I failed to ask, but there's you have a what do I have? Before you left, you didn't have any scars on your face, and you came back, and before he like finishes a statement, he stabs him in the chest with his sword.
Oh shit.
And he pulls it out. Anybody else looking to talk about it? No? Then fuck off! And
I think he is angry.
he starts walking out, like kind of like in the direction of your party. He's not seen you guys yet, though.
Shit, Alcar.
Inside, scatter,
Alcar,
scatter.
hide yourself.
Alcar kind of ducks behind one of the tents.
Roll me dex.
Did you say roll me
Okay.
dex?
Yep.
As a save or a ability
Dex.
check?
Deck. He's walking
Nope.
by. He seems absolutely like fuming with anger. One second. And as he steps by, he walks by briefly your guys' group, and he starts sniffing the air a little bit.
Oh god.
He looks around, and here's the thing. Your party, it was only Alcar he necessarily saw.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't necessarily look directly at you guys, but it's in like your general direction. You all are around other cultists and kobolds, so
Right.
you just go for it.
Shit. I would like to use precipitation and make the nearest kobold smell heavily of BO.
He sniffs the air a little bit more. He just goes, "Meh." And then he continues walking.
Whew.
Oh my god. I don't know how much more of this my heart can take. These have been close calls.
However, you found the tent that Leosin is in.
Is it well
And
guarded?
as there are 2 guards outside. There's some guards all around, but only 2 guards that's there at the moment.
Civ, you're up.
Ah, well, it's now or never. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
And Civ would head towards the camp, all invisible and shit.
Everyone
You mean the
else,
tent?
act natural.
How? Describe to me, everyone. You act natural.
Will's gonna find a chair and eat her gruel.
I
Roll me
guess
con save.
Oh fuck.
Raina will just
Sorry,
kind
Raina,
of
I'll let you.
lean
Sorry.
against the nearest tree and like look bored, pick her nails, and just glance up at like her party every now and then, like she's overseeing an annoying group of mercenaries and wishes she was anywhere but.
Do I get advantage on this just because Quill used to eat this as a kid? Similar stuff as a kid?
No, this is Kobold Gruel. This is different.
Ah, damn.
Oh god.
You're able to stomach it, but it is not appetizing.
I got to the bottom half.
And you had a portion and a half.
I thought half a portion was good enough.
I was wrong.
I was wrong. Oh my god.
The little bit you force
Uh,
yourself to eat makes your bowl look like everybody else's portion.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Too
So,
funny.
but everybody else is just trying to quick, act natural.
Yeah.
Okay. So you end up seeing. So Saphira, you go inside, right?
Yes.
You all see this sight as a cultist. So everybody around, not so much, but there is a dragon cultist with a dagger right in front of Leozen.
God. Does it look like he's about to strike? Or he's just holding it like threateningly?
He's not striking. What he's doing
Mhm.
is that he will drag it across a part of his body, and then at random intervals, he'll face it so that the actual blade is slicing. So he's doing like almost like slow but very deliberate cuts on him that are all surface level but hurt like a bitch.
Yeesh. Okay. Civ would, before doing anything, first relay that to Reyna. That he's being tortured.
Oh, gods. Well,
I'm gonna try to speak with him. Hopefully he can push through.
yes, and if he's hiding anything, now is the time to tell us.
Right.
We need as much information as possible if we're gonna actually help him.
Very good. And then Civ would speak into Leosin's mind.
Reyna's gonna
She would
relay
say-
the combo she just had, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just so that the rest of the party is also up to speed.
Well, I guess that rules out him being a silver dragon.
No, it doesn't, Alcal. Shush.
Leosin.
Oh, fuck. Jesus, I'm hearing things now.
It's Sphera. You're not hearing things.
And this time it's like in him, like, because he said that out loud at first. He goes, "What was that?" And then he goes, "I said you cut like a bitch." Immediately does another very rough slash across him. "Ah!" And then in his mind he says, "All right, got it. You have my attention. Where are you?"
We're close to your tent, but I'm inside. I'm right next to you, in fact. They just can't see me. We don't have much time. We're here on the governor's behest. We're here to help and gather enough intelligence so that he can send over the knights from Burdusk to end this madness. Any information you may have at this point for us will not only save your life, but could potentially save the lives of thousands of others.
He goes, "There's gonna be a problem. If we're gonna have to do something before the retinue gets here. Been kind of, well, this is gonna sound rich, but this is unfortunately all part of the plan."
What do you mean?
I meant to get caught. It was the only way that I felt like there was gonna be a no ball hair's chance of actually figuring out what the fuck is going on. And eavesdropping.
Well, have you figured out that there's a hatchery full of eggs down in that mountain?
Even more. And he says, that hatchery is maybe, those eggs are maybe, or, sorry, out of character, sorry, the throat got dry. Sorry. He says, worse. Dragon eggs have a incubation period. It has a very specific type of climate as well as circumstances that make it possible for them to hatch and such. Issue is, or maybe 4 or 5 days from that, well before the retinue would get here. He says, so that means we have to find a way to deal with them now. Well, now in a relative term, within the next day or so.
All right. Looks like time is of the essence. Bear with me 1 second. BRB! Goes out.
Fuck? He just says,
BRB.
the fact that it's in a
Wow.
medieval setting and it's done with a fucking southern accent.
BRB.
BRB.
God.
She'll relay all of this to Reyna.
What? The dragon eggs are only a few days from hatching, you say?
That's right.
All right.
We won't have time before any of the knights get here or their retinue that he was talking about.
So we have to deal
It's
with
going
the
to
eggs.
happen. It's going to happen fast.
Quill, you can't hear this. This is happening in their heads.
I'm sorry. You're not. I thought she was relaying. My bad.
No. All right. Does he have any idea what kind of dragon eggs these are?
He didn't say. Seems like this was part of his plan. He wanted to get caught to get more information. I think he might be capable of getting out if we were to maybe help him a bit.
That's risky, but smart, I suppose. So we need a distraction then. Something on the other side of camp. So that all eyes are
Well,
there.
while you mull on that, I'm gonna ask him if he has enough strength to I don't know, break out.
All right. I'll relay to the others, and we'll come up with a game plan on our end. And I guess give me a few minutes before connecting again, and I'll have
Bye.
Oh, you should.
my God. All right, listen up, guys. Apparently, Leosin planned to get caught. He's here to gather information using himself as bait. We also have a small problem.
Which is.
Those dragon eggs inside of the mountain are only a few days away from hatching. They're going to hatch before any backup can arrive, which means we have to deal with them.
Does that mean I get my omelet after all?
No.
I don't know, Alcar, but the only way that that's going to be possible is if we create a distraction on the other side of camp, giving us enough time to A, free Leosin, and B, get ourselves inside of that mountain so that we can handle those eggs. I don't even know what kind of eggs they are, but Civ wasn't able to get enough information before she had to connect.
I would assume 5 dragon eggs. Chances are they're going to be the 5 chromatic dragons: white, red, green, blue, and black.
Unless they were stolen from the other side.
Well, we could ask.
Well,
Have Civ ask that when she comes connect with you.
right. Well, I did ask her to see if he knew what kind of eggs they were. But we need a game plan, guys. We need to think of a way to make a diversion. We need to get as many cultists as we can on the opposite side of the mountain, and we need to find a way to get this information back to Greenest.
We're just, look how many there are.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm saying that they need to think that they're severely under attack from a different side of the camp.
I do have one thing that might help, and Quill's going to flash the what's it called, the beacon. Not the beacon, the flare.
Oh yeah.
That was dropped by Nerp and Cliff earlier in Greenest.
Well, so that's where that went.
You hear fucking nerf.
Does Quill?
Yes.
What kind of abilities do the silver dragons typically have, or the friendly dragons?
Chromatic dragons? Metallic dragons?
The ones that
Typically,
metallic are good dragons?
typically yes.
All right.
Metallic dragons typically have skills similar to a well, similar to most dragons, except pertaining to their specific element.
All right.
Just as a silver dragon usually has the element of frost. They breathe frost breath. They are resistant to frost. And typically, most dragons, especially adult dragons or older, have the ability to shapeshift into humans or other forms.
All right. Tell me, do frost dragons have the ability to create hail?
You mean silver dragons? Do they create a hailstorm?
Yes.
Probably an adult or older dragon would probably be able to. Yes.
All right. I have an idea.
All right.
What if I conjure a storm on the other side of the camp and we start screaming, Silver Dragon! And then you send up a flare.
We could do that, yes, but we'll have to be there, and that means we'll have to rush all the way back. That would be suspicious, wouldn't it?
Well, unless somebody can set up the flare invisibly.
Oh.
Oh!
I
Okay.
don't need to be on the other side of camp to necessarily conjure a storm over there. I mean, I need to get a little closer, yes, but I have range.
Mhm.
And
You just have to be subtle about it.
I could potentially boom my voice so I could sound like a dragon.
So, out of character, how would this sort of so could you walk me through sort of like the thought process of what you would be trying to do? And I want to make sure that it's just possible.
So the thought is like creating a major distraction, like something so alarming and out of nowhere that there's panic and chaos and nobody's thinking straight. They're just rushing to wherever they think the like issue is originating, which would get a lot of heat off the back end of the camp so that we'd have access to Freeliosin and then get into the mountain where those eggs are. So Reina was thinking of maybe summoning a major storm that included like hail, like ice, and pretending like there's a silver dragon like approaching. And then she could also use thaumaturgy to create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point within my choice. So it could be thunder, it could be a raven call, it could be whispers, or it could be a dragon roar. And
So I
then
guess my question, just not to try to cut you off, how would you conjure this thing that looks like a storm? I guess is my question, because that has to be quite large to even resemble an actual storm.
yeah. So let's see. I
Because
can.
that's the only big flaw. Because like the thaumaturgy, that's easy, perfectly understandable, and the actual essence of the plan, I can understand. I just, unless there's a spell that you have that I'm unaware of, I don't know how you're conjuring the storm.
So I can. Hold on one second. Let me find it. I was thinking of maybe. I know it's not like exactly the same, but I was thinking if I combined maybe fog cloud, thunder wave, and maybe wrath of the storm, I can like somehow create some kind of fucked up situation.
Goddamn bitch of unsatisfactory situation.
So, I will say it's gonna be a decently tough sell. You know what I mean? Because there is
Yeah.
a spell that is essentially like a sleet storm, right?
Right.
Like there is a genuine spell for that, and it's like
Yeah.
I see what you're trying to do, but it will be a tough sell.
I mean,
If
if
that makes
anyone
sense.
has anything that would add to this, I'm happy to like tag team, but I'm just trying to use what I have to sell it.
I have minor illusion, and a minor illusion won't be enough to sell. I think.
No.
I have an ice knife. I
For
can
this,
throw
it's
some
the main thing is just
ice in there.
the size of what you're wanting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very large because a storm, like for reference, I think that like the actual like storm stuff, like call lightning and that kind of stuff, like that is a massive cloud, like I think like 120 or 160 feet, right? And little fog cloud, it's like what 20, 30?
Yeah, it's not very
Uh,
big, but
I have it too. I
Hold
can also
up,
do it.
Lyra. Do you know Skywrite?
Ew.
Could you, using Skywrite, just make a big ominous cloud start appearing over near the side of the opposite side of the camp?
Point. I could. Thinking.
you're breaking up. No idea what you just said.
What if I turned it into like a giant bubble in the sky?
A giant what?
What?
Like when you're like thinking and you get the little bubble above your head, like a cloud that has words in it.
Oh, that
Why?
happens to me all the time.
Oh, that's a very sweet thought. But why
My
that?
thought would be a giant cloud instead of
True.
it being writing.
Well, why a thought cloud?
That's just what I was thinking of as far as size.
We just need you to draw a cloud, darling, like a giant
Yeah, it's just a
cloud.
big ominous
Fine.
cloud.
Cotton.
Is this cloud going to be filled?
Yes.
Make
Then it'll
it
be
dark
cloud
and
bubble.
yeah, make it dark and
If you want
ominous
dark,
looking.
I have a dark.
No, I mean like a dark. You know what I meant? Storm cloud.
Okay, so you want a storm cloud, not ever smoking.
Yes.
Okay.
Over there on the opposite side of the camp.
I can definitely write that in the sky.
Leosin is doomed.
Leosin. So we're gonna cut for a second over to Leosin in his camp. I was gonna be so hard to get out of here, but no, I have friends who are gonna work really hard. The heroes of Greenest. I've got them on my side. Meanwhile, on the outside, right a fucking cloud.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
like
should we
make
not?
it wait, wait, it's like make it an angry cloud. No, don't put a mad face in it.
Say, should we wait until Civ comes back from her talking again with Leosin?
Yeah, well, we weren't going to do anything until we discussed it and then relayed it to Civ so that we could make a big game plan. But I'm just trying to see what we have because if we're going to cause a distraction, we need to make sure it's good enough.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then we need to go back to the drawing board.
I also have ice knife. If you want me to throw some ice in there, I don't know how that'll work.
One ice knife.
Just
I feel like this entire conversation has been basically, what spells do I have? Maybe this fucking throw this in there, throw that in there, like duct tape and shit. Fucking.
Pretty much.
Necessity is the mother of invention, and MacGyver is the father.
I'll let you all have a second to kind of think on your own while we cut over to Civ and Leosin for their thing. I am amused, to say the least.
So
What you
Civ
doing?
would speak to Leosin again in his mind, and she'll say, "Look, I think my friends are trying to make a distraction.
Oh,
You have any ideas?"
any ideas?
Well,
Well,
we want to get you out of here.
uh, I will say, I admit, my own idea of getting out was a little bit of a blunt one. I have a blade hidden in my side satchel. My left hand is almost free. My thought process is the next moment that the cultist looks away, I'm going to draw the blade and stick him in the throat, and then cut myself free. Pretty much. At least
Is
that's
there
what
another?
my-
Is there another cult? Sorry.
The cultist was in there, and it's the because keep in mind, this is all in your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Civ is in the. I was asking if she's in the tent. Is there anyone else, or is just one cultist?
just the one cultist.
Okay.
And he
Oh,
said, yeah,
all
my
right,
plan was pretty much just to stab him and kill him, and then cut my way through, and then try to sneak that way. But if you're looking for a distraction, well, an idea could be that, well, what? Have you killed any cultists that have been in the general area?
Not yet.
Yes, we have. The rear guard and the
You say
sentries.
general area.
Oh yeah, in the back. I thought he meant like in this camp.
No, it's all one big camp. So for reference, so
So in the
the rear guard. He's saying like in general. So like in the general area. So like then he. So do you say yes? Or
Yes, yes.
he goes, well, if you, if you, if there's any way for you to try and maybe, I don't know, give dissent, try to put, the kind of feed through and say that the rear guard is missing or some such, all of them. If you did kill all of them, didn't you?
We did.
Oh, the cultists.
That's the case then.
In fact, some
sure-
of the cultists were asking about him. They haven't returned, you see.
Yep. And he says, "What's that?" I apologize.
Bless you.
Bless you.
But
Not me sneezing immediately after.
uh,
Thank
You
God.
stop that.
so what he says is that these kinds of rumors, they'll have to start calling some people towards that direction to investigate and up security on the outer sides of the camp, leaving room for us to be able to slip out from here without causing too much of an issue. At least that's my thought process. I don't know if your friends have if your friends have a better plan. Trust them.
Well, I'll relay this to him, but you won't mind if I stick by your side. Especially if things get hairy with this cultist.
I wouldn't mind it at all. In fact, I feel like he's been getting a little bit cut. See, I'm a little bit familiar with torture tactics, so his tactics are a little bit more lethal than I would like. So if he gets a little bit there, I might need you to be my knight in shining armor. or,
Well,
or lady in
I-
dress, or whatever the phrase would be.
I get what you're saying. Let me see what I can do. Ah,
Bye.
BRB.
Again, I love that that's a sip thing. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
y'all come back now. You hear? All
We
right.
call collect in this house.
She'll get back to Reyna and let her know what he's suggesting. And that also he has a hand free, and he's able to stab the cultist and potentially cut himself out.
Well, he just wants us to tell them the rear guard is missing. That's boring. We're over here trying to figure out how to impersonate a silver dragon.
What about if we make it seem like the rear guard
Look, we
got
don't have
You
time,
can't
Reyna.
hear this. It's in her head.
Reyna, we're tight on time, so whatever it is that you want to do, either take his suggestion or do something bombastic.
Fine. I don't think we have the spells enough to convince anyone that we're a silver dragon, but it would have been really freaking cool.
Perhaps another time.
All right, then. I think I could work with this. Let me touch base with the others. Tell Leosin we'll go through with his plan, and he'll know.
I'll stay.
What?
I'll stay with Leosin. I'll stay with Leosin unseen in the meantime.
All right, you guys will know when it's time. Trust me, you won't miss it.
All right.
Okay.
Best of luck to you.
BRB.
Safe out.
Please.
Why is it that like I imagine like the hang up noise for phones like
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Good news and bad news. What do you want
All right.
first?
Bad news?
The bad news is we're scrapping the Silver Dragon plan.
Damn it.
I know. I had the same.
You see Quill had a giant battle plan written up on paper.
like oh my god, is it like the the Sunny in Philadelphia thing where it's got the giant map and the guy looking all crazy?
Quill immediately, as soon as they finish out the plan, Quill just sets it on fire and just gone.
Reyna taps Quill's shoulder there. I know how you feel. One day, my friend.
One day.
But the good news is Leosin has a hand to free. He has a blade and he's been working himself free slowly. His idea is that we start to spread some discourse around the camp. Mention how the rear flank is missing. All of them suddenly vanished, gone, not to be seen. They will hopefully start to tighten security around the perimeter of the camps, moving people away from the innards where we are. And then maybe we can kind of make them a little more paranoid. Perhaps I can make the sound of an approaching army in the distance that will surprisingly never show up.
That's a little too. Seems a little too. Not with no offense. That seems just a little more extensive in magic ability.
It's not.
How far do you have any what spells could cause that noise, if I may ask?
Well, I could cause tremors in the ground from far away.
How far away can you cause these tremors?
I mean, 30 feet, but if we position it the right way, it might echo and sound further or bigger.
I do like where you're going with this, Reina. However, this is not. It's an open field. It's not an echo chamber.
Ugh, I just want to do something cool.
I know, and I want to do something cool too. I had to destroy our whole Silver Dragon plan. I think we need to go a little more subtle and a little more simple.
Then we need to just spread discourse that a giant chunk of their cultists are missing, and hopefully that they give a shit enough to go looking.
What if I write it in the sky?
That's a little obvious.
And like while this is happening, like fucking Clip and Nerp have made little tiny stick men toy soldiers and are like playing with them like on the floor, like
Aww.
and then you hear one of them go,
No, I wanna do writing in the sky, but no, I wanna make a storm. I wanna make a storm.
They're impersonating us.
Can you get in touch? Can you get in touch with Civ? You can ask him if he knows. Get in touch with Civ if you can. Have Civ ask Leosin if he knows who the people in Silver are.
I already asked her to ask that. She didn't say anything about it yet. But that information we can probably get later, and we need to just figure out how to get him free first.
Well, he said he apparently has his own way of getting through. We just need to keep Everett the big main force waylay the main force.
All right.
So-
Kobolds.
they both like again do a very out of sync salute.
I have a job for you.
Yes, ma'am. Waiting for and ready for orders, ma'am.
All right. We need you to run around the camp and spread the word
Yeah.
that the
And
back
it's the bird?
No. That the back flank is missing. Has not been seen for hours. You have no idea what happened to them, but they're gone. And then come back
Okay.
here.
Got it.
Make
So,
sure
we're saying-
you instill as much panic as possible.
All right, you can do that.
All right.
All right, Clip, Nerp, let's do it.
They both kind of like do like this weird handshake headbutt thing before running off.
That's amazing.
This is a chance to ask Leosin some more questions before seeing if this does go into effect and work.
Yep.
I would like to ask if he knows who the people in Silver are, and if he's a Silver Dragon.
Yeah, but no, I'm not gonna ask him.
Do you ask that to Reyna to ask to Civ?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
Reyna,
awesome.
then do you send that to Civ?
Yes.
Okay, Civ, you do receive that. Sorry, go for it. Sorry.
Civ, are you there?
I'm there. Yes, I'm just about to talk to Leosin.
Perfect. We have some questions for you, if you don't mind asking on the group's behalf.
Fire away.
All right. Well, Quill has a theory, you see, and I know, before you roll your eyes, it actually sounds quite interesting. Quill thinks that Leosin may be a dragon, a silver dragon, specifically.
Right, and I'm a pig with wings.
You are? I'll let her know. But really, darling, I am quite curious whether or not that is, accurate? Maybe
Well,
we'll find out.
I can, and I can definitely ask about the silver guys for sure.
Yes, that's important. And obviously, getting him free is the most important. But just in case he, well, dies, maybe we should get that information sooner than later.
Right. I'll let him know that y'all are working on something.
We have the Kobolds right now spreading the word that the rear guard is missing and trying to cause as much concern, discourse, disarray. So I'm sure you guys will be hearing the ripple of that soon and, decide for yourselves when the right time to move is. We're right outside.
Wait, why not give one of the kobolds the flare gun? Maybe it could, in its panic, shoot up a signal.
Well, they already ran off, so I don't know. We can give Quill the flare gun. Quill looks like a kobold.
Quill already has a flare gun.
Oh, well, perfect.
Right, all right. Let me
It's not a
check in
flare
with
gun,
Liz.
by the way.
Right.
not-
The
It's a flare.
the fire
Flare, yeah.
flare. Let me get back to you.
All right.
Right, Leozen. They're my friends outside are working on something. In the meantime, quick question.
And he goes, ask away.
Who are these silver men or the ones in silver guys that these cultists seem to be so worried about?
Well, I've actually been doing my best to figure that out as well. So far, I've been able to put together that they're a different splinter group of something, and fucking with them as well. Apparently they've been fucking with the Cult of the Dragons operations here and there. Mostly made up of humanoids. A lot of them bear a symbol. But they haven't been. Then all of them have just said that they have silver, pretty much. So I don't know if that means it's their weapons. I don't know if it's their armor. All it is that this sounds like a splinter group. It seems to have a bone to pick with the Cult of the Dragon. Don't know how organized they are. Don't know how many of them there are. Hell, fuck, might be connected to dragons. I don't know.
Interesting. Follow-up question. Now, this ain't me, but one of our members thinks that you might be a silver dragon. Any truth to that? Would you care to comment?
He just goes, Are you serious? Is
Look,
that a serious question?
it ain't coming for me.
Okay. Well,
I'm just
to
messing with you.
whoever asked the question, no, I'm not a silver dragon. I would have glassed this entire fucking place if I was.
That's what I figured.
I wouldn't have fucked around with any of this shit. And as he says that, another slash goes across his chest from the cultist that's trying to, interrogate him.
Ouch. Well, I'll make sure that my friends get to doing what they're doing as fast as possible.
Sounds great!
Be right back.
Sounds great. All right, so Quill,
Yes.
perhaps
Yes.
since our kobold friends already ran off, do you want to set off the flare?
Here? Now? Why?
I don't know.
Not here. I thought we were going to go over the other side.
Yeah, they bring us all here.
So, around this time, you start hearing bells around the camp. And cultists and mercenaries all rushing towards all different sides and around and such like that. And somebody roll me a d4. This one you can see.
4.
Quill, you feel you feel a poke behind you, just like a poke.
Nah. What?
You see, Clip and Nerp are both there. You see, Nerp is covered in mud and dirt and everything, and Clip is holding somebody's foot.
What the fuck?
Where did you
Wait.
get that?
Why is it just a foot? Nobody attached.
Nobody attached. And he goes, found it.
Found.
Found what?
Found what?
How did you?
This.
Whose foot is that?
Lifts up the foot.
Whose foot is that?
Why do you have
I
a
don't know.
foot?
I don't know. I just found it.
Where
Why
did you
didn't you
find
leave
it?
It was on somebody.
You took it off of them.
Yeah, they were asleep, so I took it.
Why?
He's comfortable. What?
Is this because you were...
Even.
Is this because I told you to cause panic?
Yep.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Can you imagine the amount of fucking panic that is? He hears that some people are like missing or something like that, and then he's like poking around like a pogo stick, like doing, doing, doing.
Oh my
how
god!
did you get it clean off without them waking up and screaming?
No, no. Was it
And
a
he says,
fake?
"That's what Derp was for."
I think you two are my favorite people right now.
Quill's a little
Oh
intimidating.
yeah, I told you Derp that she would take me to third base.
Oh God. Right.
I'm warming up to you yet, baby.
So now everyone's running around sounding the alarm because someone is missing a foot.
And there's talk of this panic in disco.
Did you tell people that the rear guard
We
was
did.
missing?
Oh yeah, we did that. Was it before or after the foot?
And you see Nerp just shrug.
But you
God.
did do it.
And he goes, "Yep."
All right.
Does he put the foot to his forehead like it's a salute?
No, he's just holding it up, almost like he's like, you know when a dog brings a fucking bird wing?
Oh God.
Oh God.
It's like that. It's almost like he's expecting like praise right now as he's holding
Yeah.
it up.
All right.
I have brought gift.
All right, you get the pats on the head.
Huzzah!
Rena would connect with Civ. Civ, are you there?
Hi there.
It's go time, baby. It's go time.
As soon as
Right. I can hear the bells.
you hear go time, the cultist stabs the tip of the dagger into Leozin's abdomen. The tip is only in, but you see slowly he says, I am growing tired of waiting right now. We have not been able to get a single thing that's actually worth it from you this entire time. And so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to keep pushing until I start hearing results.
Strike hard and strike fast, Leozin.
He immediately brings down the dagger. Like, he pulls his hand out, pulls a dagger, stabs him in the side, but now they're almost like in like a stalemate lock right now. He's got a dagger in him, he's got a dagger in him, and they're both kind of just struggling right now.
Civ, what the heck is going on in there?
Help!
What?
Help!
There are still the two guards are not directly outside the tent, but they're still nearby, and they will see you go in.
Civ,
Oh,
I
shit.
think you have
Okay.
to get involved. We can't get in there yet.
Damn it. Alright. She cuts out, and I guess I'll lose my fucking invisibility if I do this. But
You get
I'm
advantage
gonna...
if it's an attack roll.
Yes. And I will attack.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. I'm going to... Oh boy. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast Hex as a bonus
Fireball.
action.
Sorry.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna cast Hex as a bonus action on the cultist,
Okay.
and then I'm going, and I wanna impose disadvantage on Wisdom.
Okay.
And then I'm going to strike out with Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. So disadvantage. Don't have a token on this one, so I'm just doing the rolls, applying modifiers. As needed, a 12 is a fail, and he dies.
Ooh. Well done.
Leozin just watched this guy's eyes start bleeding. He drops dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you can see Civ.
And he looks over. He says, "Good to see you came to my rescue like I thought if I needed it."
Well, you're knight in shining armor and all.
Yeah.
Here, let me give you a hand.
He lifts up and he says, "We should maybe cut away through the backside of the tent. maybe we should start getting out of here. Get away from the camp.
Right. I'll let the others know. Let's start slashing.
He cuts through.
And Civ would let Reyna know that she's cutting out from the back with Leosin.
All right, we'll meet you around the back. Everyone, inconspicuously make your way around the back of the tent. They're cutting themselves out.
We're gonna move inconspicuously, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Slowly walk. Or should we panic
again-
like everyone else?
That's a good point.
I would. Reyna's gonna like run like she's going somewhere important,
Yes.
and then make her way to the back end of the tent.
Quill's gonna use her
Zach,
side to
while
try to
we're-
sneak.
While we're making it out from the back of the tent, I'd like to use my font of magic ability to recover a spell slot.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to recover a 2nd level spell slot.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Huzzah, indeed. So you go over and the beat there. You hear like from afar, right? Like on one of the other sides of the the camp, just like, wait, where's the enemy? I don't know, but John's foot is missing. He's going around like a fucking pogo stick. And you see like fucking Clip kind of puts the foot behind his back. Just like,
That's so funny. And I guess we're just waiting at the other side for them to finish cutting their way out.
no, they're there. They're
Oh,
there
okay.
when you get there.
Oh,
So,
hi.
like, yeah.
How badly hurt is Leosin?
Oh, he's fucked up. He's got slashes all across his chest, arms. He has a couple of fingernails peeled off. He has like a stab wound in his abdomen. Yeah, it's been fucked up a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
Reyna's gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
All right. That's cure wounds.
Civ, who's holding the cultist robes? Somebody give one to Leosin.
Civ would give hers over to Leosin.
Right. Put this on, hood up. Hopefully it'll make you a little less conspicuous.
All right. He throws it on. He says, "Thank you all again." And I was thinking I could get out on my own, but proved more difficult than I had initially thought.
Understandable. No one could have expected this camp to be as big as it was.
It's like a goddamn anthill.
What are we to do about the dragon eggs?
Well, we'll get to that when we get away from the camp briefly. I have a plan. It's not the greatest of plans, but it's something.
Does it involve
You
turning
might
into a
need
dragon?
What?
Huh? Oh, he looks over at Quilp. You're the one that asked, weren't you?
Yep, she's the one.
I am not a dragon. He just says as he stares into your head.
Oh,
I'm picturing him doing like the peace sign and like shaking his jowls. I am not a dragon.
So he looks over and he says, "Okay, let's cut through the tree line and rest. At least I need a bit of rest. At least," he says, like as he coughs a bit more.
fair enough.
And you guys are able to move through the panic. Seems like Clip and Nerp did their job very well.
Are they with
Good job.
us?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, they're with you.
'Kay.
You know, Clip, Nerp, and Foot.
And
Keep
foot.
them in foot. That's part of their name now.
You know, Nerp, if you'd like, I can find a way to preserve that and hang it on a chain so you can wear it around your neck as like a grisly trophy.
Oh yeah, that sounds badass.
Ew.
Hell yeah, my guy.
Well, regardless, good work, boys.
I do believe that they call this a drip.
A trip of what?
Resplendent drip.
What?
They don't know. Okay.
It might just be an us thing.
Yep.
And you do like a little like fist bump.
Yeah.
So you guys fist bump and all that, and you guys get away. Again, it takes a while before the panic goes away and all that. I'm assuming you all make camp, but maybe no fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no fire.
Yep.
This is
Unless
feels nice.
we dig a hole, put the fire in there so that from a distance you can't see the flames.
But the smoke will still be
Yeah,
rising.
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make that much smoke.
Do you want light or do you want fire for
I think we'll live without a fire.
We'll live.
Well, all of you are now kind of sitting around your campsite. And Leosin says, you know, sorry for not saying from the very beginning my intentions. If I'm honest, I knew a bit more about cult activities happening before Smitherson. I just used it as a lead.
All right. So who are you really, Leosin?
Oh, I am as I say I am. I'm Leosin. I'm just part of a group that has some stake. in this.
And what
you-
group would
Did
that be?
someone say steak?
Oh, Ka. Seriously, lower your voice. Why are we
Civ
shouting?
uses the elven term.
You're
What?
God. I'm like pinching my brow right now.
Are you part of the silver group that they were talking of?
No. Well, I wish. I keep hearing them talk more and more about how they keep, running into issues with them whenever they end up seeing them. Granted, apparently they've been lucky as of late. Haven't come across them in a while. Hoping
No.
whoever they are, we see them sooner rather than later. But don't assume full ally yet. You don't know what or who they really are.
Right.
What group are
But-
you part of, Leosin?
He looks over and he is going to reveal as he seemingly like asks something and an illusion stops hiding something that was around his neck. And I'm going to show you all what it looks like. It is this metal piece on like a metal chain essentially. So some of you might know this, some of you might not. I'd say none of you in character, unless there's a very, very specific reason. Most of you don't know.
Where are you
No.
displaying it?
But I'm about to display it in the chat, in the imagery.
Okay.
Would I make like a history check on this?
Potentially, yes. AK, that's just me saying everybody don't start blurting it out. Because some of you from the movie might know what this is.
Oh, I know what that is.
Mhm. I feel like Civ would also know what this is.
I think I know
So-
what it is, but Alcar doesn't.
Go ahead and go ahead and whatchamacallit. Will, go ahead and do a roll.
A roll of any
History.
particular, or I can choose. History? Okay.
History.
Would Raina be able to do a roll as well?
Sure. Again, this is a little bit steeper because of the organization itself. There has to be a decent reason for why you know about them, really.
Quill's reasoning is essentially she's around a Neverwinter country with a lot of archives and texts, including probably about factions and whatnot.
Right. So so it's not as bad, but
Is it a well-known faction? Like, would there be books? Would they be included in history books?
Yes and no. So he's about to reveal in a moment, but I would allow you to do a history roll still. Any who want to, of course.
Okay, I'll make a history roll.
I I would say that Raina's role is just from the time she spent at Candlekeep, which apparently has like a
God damn.
huge library.
It's the library.
Does
Yeah.
a nat 20 work?
No, just kidding. Give me 1 second. I'm also pouring myself some more coffee, so I am going to send some messages in DMs to
Coffee.
some people.
Coffee.
And he just starts off by saying, "With a, I'm with a group that cares very much for the health and safety of everybody in the Sword Coast. So I'm just gonna say it out loud because I feel like this is gonna be something that's gonna be brought to light regardless. He's about to say something a little bit about it too. Alcar, you know immediately that is the symbol for the Harpers, also known as a interwoven spy network dedicated to trying to keep the Sword Coast safe. They are known only as a very their group are basically good guy rogues and information brokers, if that makes sense. A lot of sort of sneak behind the door sort of stuff. Reina, you mostly know about them because of some occasionally there would be a bad evildoer somewhere, and then they would be being arrested by somebody who bore a similar symbol. Quill, you're familiar through some of the texts and such like that of the years of history that this group has had trying to keep certain threats from basically Faerun almost in its entirety, but also, the Sword Coast specifically. Several different instances that the Harpers were very, very, important, if you will. And he goes, I'm with the Harpers. We've been trying to crack down on the cult of the dragon for about the past 3 or 4 months now.
You're a Harper? Quill's eyes are sparkling.
Okay, I know it's not the same thing, but can you play the harp?
Yes.
Excellent!
Civ just has a knowing smile on her face and doesn't say anything else.
He says, again, hence why I couldn't exactly be entirely forthright with all of you from the beginning.
I got to travel with a Harper. That's the most amazing thing.
Well,
Sorry.
Right.
So you're basically like an undercover cop.
What's a cop?
Bailiff.
Bailiff, police, you know.
He says, pretty much. I act normally throughout my days. Greenest just knows me as Leosin the Monk, if you will.
I've seen quite a
Oh.
few of you make arrests over the years.
He nods his head. And he says, we have a couple of run-ins with those that are of the more nefarious groups. Everything from Wizards of Thay here and there, along with if the Zentarum grow too big for their britches, that as well. And he mentions, I'd say, like a couple of other groups, right, too, that, again, have foiled plans in the past and such like that. And he says, but at the moment, Cult of the Dragon has had a priority. Mostly because of their talks of possibly bringing Tiamat to this world, which I know it sounds ridiculous because, well, let's be honest, it does sound ridiculous. Very ridiculous. The amount of power it would take to conjure them.
The horde it would need.
So many different factors would need to be correct.
Where do they draw the power for that from? Themselves?
He says
The
there's
Earth?
multiple different ways, but there's also there's a lot of parts that I don't know. Is all. There are a lot of carefully guarded secrets within the Cult of the Dragon that most of us don't even know. And so I was trying to get further into their lines, but unfortunately I met the maximum of what I was able to figure out. We might not...
Well, as you know, we've been sent
further.
out to uncover these secrets. And the governor will not be able to call the Knights over to help us without reliable information.
I have a
He nods.
question.
He looks over to you.
Do you think I could be a harper?
It's not for me to say at this point.
Probably need
Alcar?
to.
Yes.
We're effectively working with Leosin, which means that we're like
Honorary hoppers?
Harper
just-
sidekicks at the least.
He kind of like
Papa
pinches his
Jake.
brow, and he says, "No official wordage and/or title is assigned. We are working together towards a common goal. That is also one of the least of our priorities at the moment. Wouldn't you all agree?"
Agreed.
Leosin, just let him have this. He won't shut up about it otherwise.
Dear God. He just says this, he looks down. Fine. Yay.
All right. What do we do now? Do we head back to Greenest? Do we go after those eggs?
He says, if we go back to Greenest, by the time they are known, there's going to be nothing that can be done about the eggs is the issue.
Right. So do they need to be
So-
captured or destroyed?
Either at this point. Again, eggs have a gestation period of sorts. They have to be in a very specific environment. It's almost cold, calculated, if you will.
I don't know much about
we-
dragons, but if we do allow them to hatch under our supervision, is that going to bite us in the ass later? Like, are these inherently bad dragons no matter what they are
couldn't
raised
tell you.
by?
That's something that Dragon births are something that not many people even really have knowledge of. Even great libraries don't host that kind of knowledge.
Now, this could be an argument about nature versus nurture, but we don't really have. Ugh.
He says, and he goes, regardless, if they are at least removed from wherever they are being held, I will at least stop the process that they are going through in order to open. Now, will they potentially die without being in that instance? Yes. So it's either kill them right then and there, or take them, bring it with us, potentially let them die on the way.
Why don't we just destroy them? I mean, that seems like the safer bet by far.
And he says,
Because we
mostly
want pet
because-
dragons.
No, that's not going to be an option.
Oh.
With these ones, at least. My thought process is we need leverage. And we don't have it at the moment.
So
At
you
the
want
moment,
to
we
take
don't have
those-
anything that... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, you want us to take the eggs as hostage.
Essentially, take them and then pretty much, hopefully, should we run into the instance where they are required, we can use them as leverage so that perhaps we can avoid another dragon destroying a town, or
I have
again,
an idea.
God forbid, a city. What's your idea?
If we're worried about them decaying, I can delay that process.
You can?
I think you're. Are you talking about what's it called? What's the spell? I think I know what you're talking about. Hello.
Ira?
Her mic's lighting up, but she's not coming through.
Yep, we lost you.
Hello.
There you are.
Ah!
hello.
I
There
couldn't
you
hear
are.
anything. Do you hear anything I said?
No.
No.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
no. I didn't hear what spell it was.
Okay, it's gentle repose. I can delay the decaying process.
Of a corpse.
Oh, gotcha. So
corpse,
you can.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it says
of a
corpse
corpse,
or
gotcha.
other remains. So I don't know
Got it,
if that's
but still, it has to be dead.
Yeah.
okay.
Is the thing.
Okay.
But no, I get where your thought process was.
Yeah.
going.
But what if we take the eggs and it backfires? What if wherever we're keeping them is now under siege? Like, a dragon could easily flip that and say, I'll lay waste to the city unless you return the eggs.
Well, is there a harbor keep we can keep him at?
What
Jason?
did you say?
I said, is there a harbor keep we can keep the eggs at, away from a city?
And he says, "Oh, there's a couple of different things. We get to El Terrell. We'd be able. I have contacts there. We would be able to keep the eggs safe if we brought them there. Thing is that I need to get moving before all of this, which also means once we're done resting here, we're going to have to split ways for a bit."
I have an idea.
He's like, you see, like he has like this mental of, Okay, prepare for something stupid.
Is it about omelets, Alka?
No, I don't remember what it was, but I had one is the point.
Oh no.
Okay.
Right.
You see just like Leosin, just like his head like thumps on the floor. We're doomed.
Okay, so we
No,
will have to be the
yeah.
ones to rush into the cave, grab the eggs, and then get out.
Great.
Yes, it's all with us, isn't it?
Yes. Would you? Oh, obviously, best case scenario, we get out with the eggs. Is it priority that they survive, or if in a pinch, can we destroy them?
If it looks like you're not going to be able to get away with them, destroy them at all costs. We cannot allow them to have any more leverage and or weapons to use against us.
Do we know how much a dragon's egg weighs?
He just shakes his head. Again, there's a lot of parts about this that are unknown, and I am sorry for that.
We don't really need to know how much they weigh. The whole point comes down to if I can't carry it, we're not taking it.
Well, there must be a way to, like, I don't know. Lyra, didn't you say you could shrink them?
I can. Its weight would be reduced to about an eighth of its weight.
I have also a spell that can let a servant carry them. One at least them.
He goes. Leosin kind of nods and he says, "Regardless, these will be things that you'll have to address when you actually get there. I know a way for you to get inside of the cavern where the hatchery is. Beyond that, though, you'll be going further than what my mind has scope to know at the moment."
We're going dungeon delving.
I could possibly levitate one with wind.
That's something we should consider when we get there.
I'm just saying options.
That's true. It's not a bad idea.
I don't know how much fighting you'll have as well.
Right, probably a lot.
Yeah. And he kind of like pinches his brow and he says, "I don't like putting you all in this position, but I have no other choice."
So you're not coming down there with us?
He shakes his head. "I need to get word to my contacts in El Terrell, and I don't have anything currently on me to be able to get a message to them from here, which means that I'm going to have to hoof it." He quirks a brow.
If you'd like us to write it in the sky.
Then everybody will
Great,
see the
because-
message.
And then he goes out of character. It doesn't that isn't that only within wherever you can cast that? So it would just be for the cultist camp.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I was laughing.
It's like fucking just like all these kobolds like looking up at the sky, just like,
What the hell does this mean?
Sphera crosses her chest, crosses her arms, and kind of like looks at Leosin pointedly, and she says, "From where I'm standing, you owe me one, Leosin. I'm sure
And he
there's
says-
something you could do to aid us in our little adventure."
and he says, as he looks at you, and he says, "I am very, very grateful for what you've done, which is why." And you notice that he pulls open his boot, and you notice that he's pulling out a bunch of like what seem like herbs. And he starts, and he says, "Does anybody have water?"
I have coffee.
That will not work.
Okay.
Alcar produces his water skin.
Nelson, you might
Also
not
today-
want to show your feet. The kobolds have a proclivity of taking them.
And you see, like, fucking, like, Clip is, like, slowly, like, coming for the, like, dun, 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 dun. Watch your foot! Dun, 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 dun. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like this is your guys' new Victor. Like, Clip and Nerf.
Yes.
You're welcome. So he starts mixing them in, and he says, "Don't worry. I believe that there's water within the camp somewhere if you need to refill." And what he does is that he pulls out from the other boot this almost like collapsible container piece, pours the water along with a bunch of the different herbs, and shakes it together. And you see it glows a brilliant, bright red. And he slides it over. And he says, "That's all I have on my person. Trust me that you will all be treated well when you get to El Terrell. Whoever would like to add it to their inventory and bear that, add a greater healing potion."
Ooh.
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 I feel like that's an
Who's adding
Alcar
it?
thing.
An Alcar thing, you said?
Yeah, you're the one that's in
Yeah.
the heat of it the most. Kind of
Yeah,
like how
I
we
do.
handle
And
Tanya.
I do generally need them the most. Yeah. Does anybody have any objections?
Did Leosin slide it over to anyone in particular, or is it just he's
He
holding
just
it
kind of
aloft for the group?
he like kind of like he has his hand flat and it's resting atop of his hand. It was more out of character who wanted it. If you want to have Civ like snatch it or something like that, you could. And then obviously if you want to divvy up out of character, however.
If no one has any objections.
I
I
don't.
didn't.
Yeah,
I know.
Alcar takes a lot of punches, so I mean, you can.
Alcar just kind of plucks it out of his hand and goes, yoink.
He looks over and he says, "Well, that's all I could give at the moment." And he kind of like gestures to the fact that literally all he had were he literally gave you what was in the boots that he was wearing, and he had just pants and a shirt, pretty much. And he says, "In terms of physical prowess, I'm not sure I would be too much use in a fight for at least another day or two, which, by our timeline, not does not work." He just kind of shakes his head.
Leosin, I have an idea.
What?
Perhaps you could buy us a little bit more of a distraction on your way out. She, like, walks over to Quill and, like, holds her hand out. The flare, if you don't mind.
You want him to use the flare?
Why not? He can get a little ways away, light the flare, run off. The camp will see it, go send a party to investigate. At least it gets a couple of them out of the vicinity. We're gonna need all the extra padding we can get to get in and out with those eggs.
Any objections, Leosin?
And he goes, "I think I can do that."
All right. Hands over the flare.
And he takes it, and he looks it up and down, and he says, "I think I can do that."
Right.
Right.
Well, how will we get in contact with you again? Just meet you in... Where is
El
it?
Terrell.
Elthrel?
El Terrell. Yes.
Elthrel?
And so, in terms of if everybody would like to go to the map,
The map.
this is why
The map.
I love this map.
The
The
big,
path
beautiful
that you're
map.
probably gonna end up taking, get to Greenest, then to Beardusk, and then pathway to Eldrell.
Makes sense.
Beardusk, and then the pathway to...
So pretty much along this sort of like there is a bridge here.
Mm-hmm.
Cross Bridger, the
That
River
it's
Chantar.
the weird ass sounding name that I still Scornobel?
Scornubel.
Scornobel. I don't know why Italian came to mind.
Scornobel.
Look what you're doing to your mother. No. I'm sorry, Ma.
That's later. We're going into the mountains first.
Yep.
Well, no, right. That's later. I'm saying that that's the pathway to get to L.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a decent journey. It's going to be a decent journey, but he knows he has contacts there, and he can get certain things moving if he can get there. So he's basically saying, "Hey, I've given you everything I got. I've given you the information I have. If you meet me there, we can, pretty much discuss whatever it is. Obviously, you still need to deal with the eggs, come back to the governor, and do that stuff. But
I heard go back to the governor and do cat stuff. And I got really excited for a second.
No, that stuff.
So weird.
Anyways,
So yeah. Is there any more questions though and talking points for Leosin?
where is this pathway into the mountain you've mentioned?
And he describes a specific way that from where you all are, so roughly where I have the party icon is kind of where the camp was. He says that if you basically move north and then just hug the mountain line, you'll find another entrance that pretty much circumvents a lot and gets you to pretty much the front entrance that you would be going through. It would circumvent the camp, essentially.
Good.
And he says, I recommend you also use that as your way out. But I assume that's needless to say.
Not a bad idea.
Sounds good to me.
Sorry. Again, my brain is just like for so Mamma mia. Yeah.
The little monkey with the cymbals. Tss, 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 tss.
Yes, Alcar, we know your usual scheduled program. All right. 1 second. I'm also just making sure that the map and everything is there. Again, does anybody want to talk to Leosin some more?
No, I
I'm
think
good.
we're good to like get in position.
Yeah.
I love fucking right. Nah.
Nah.
Oh,
TTYL.
well, actually, small
Anna.
question: should Nerb and Click come with us, or should they?
They are coming. Oh, you mean into
Okay.
the mountain?
Yeah, or should they go? I don't know. Go with Leosin.
No, they should come with
They
us.
should come with us, but I don't know about into the mountain. Because if we get
Okay.
into combat, they're gonna die. They've only got 5 HP.
Okay, so they keep away from battle and just basically act as moral support from a distance.
Maybe we can
I'd
assign them
recommend
to like
not.
sneak into the camp and just like grab random things that may help us.
Maybe
a few
maybe
more
die.
flares, a few more this.
That's an option too, and then say, hey, meet us here.
Yeah, I would have them
Yeah.
do that. Like grab some flares, grab some, I don't know, maybe they could grab some maps and plans and I don't know, like more feet.
This looks important.
Yeah, anything important that they can find. Maybe we have them do that because they could run around the camp and nobody would bat a fucking eye. You know what I mean?
No, right, 100%. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I need to get a couple of things set up before we go through that. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, though.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute AFK, but I'll be back
Okay.
very soon.
I also have to pee, so I'll be right back.
Okay, we could take this opportunity as a break. Wait here.
Hello?
Yeah, no, I was just checking. If people are like if everybody's already AFK, no worries. I was just curious.
Hello?
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Yeah, and this might be a dungeon crawl that if
Hey,
we
Zach.
start this. Yeah.
Sorry, go on. I'll tell you. I'll ask you when you're done.
So we might end up pause like when we stop game, it might be in the middle of this dungeon crawl because this is essentially what it is. So just as an FYI, I hope everyone's cool with that. Because because I don't want to rush this dungeon crawl.
Well, what we
Yeah,
can
that's
do
fine.
is end a little bit early today.
Why?
I don't think that that's needed either. I think everybody would be okay as long as we just got to a stopping point within the dungeon itself. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At least
Kind of like
that's
in
how
the
I
Amber
feel.
Temple.
Kind of. Obviously not. It's not to the scale of like the Amber Temple, but like it's gonna be a dungeon crawl. You know what I mean?
Crawl of Dungeons.
So
Do we have to
no.
crawl through the dungeon, or can we just walk?
Sorry? Repeat that?
I said, do we have to crawl through the dungeon, or can we just walk?
Oh my god.
So,
Jail.
I have a question for you, Zach.
Go for it.
As like a flavor item, since it doesn't provide any sort of combat or social benefit, can Alcar have an accordion?
You can buy one, but I'm not just gonna say you have one, not randomly.
My point is, can he acquire one?
Sure.
Hell yeah. I'm probably just gonna go with a lute, in all honesty. It's more iconic. He's gonna start off really bad with it, and then practice like all the time on all of his downtime, and then get really good at it by the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna destroy it when he hits the first beat.
Everybody else, oh god, Alcar, what the hell?
No!
Quill casts Fireball on the lute while he's still holding it.
Deserves.
How's everybody's day going otherwise, though?
Not bad.
Um,
Not bad at all.
I've got a little push. I've got a little pushkin here on my lap. He's a bit slow and upset today because we bathed him like in the afternoon, and he got quite traumatized. Cats can't get
Aw.
sick from being bathed, can they?
The only thing I've known of is like ear infections, right? I might
Yeah,
be
But
stupid.
that wouldn't happen suddenly.
Well, it depends. Did you put cotton balls in his ears when you bathed him?
No. But we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like dunk his head in or anything, but
Well,
we
no.
did put a bit of water on his head. But his ears
Okay,
were
yeah.
fine. He didn't get any water in his
Well,
ears.
that's the thing, is like even a few droplets in the ear can cause an ear infection. But it doesn't come
Really?
on suddenly. That's more
Yeah,
of
it wouldn't
like
come
a
on.
day later, 2 days later sort of thing, like you'll notice. But next time, just put cotton balls in his ears. That's what's generally recommended when you bathe like a cat or a dog.
Next time we'll just send him for grooming.
Yeah. And well, also what you could do is get a washcloth damp and use that to do his head instead.
Yeah.
That's what I
We
do.
did put but it's warm water, but we did put it on his head. It's not his ears, but we got some on his head for sure.
I'm back, sorry.
No worries.
Back.
Thank you.
Yeah, come back.
Oh, Reina, you missed it. Alcar's going to acquire a loot, and I left a little something in general.
In general.
Who we missing?
I think Lyra. Sphera, are you here?
I'm here.
I'm
oh yeah,
here.
duh, I was just talking to you. Haha, certified Alcar
Yeah.
moment right there. I'm too in character. Somebody pull me out.
Get out.
I was about to say, isn't it just you? No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? Fair.
I'm teasing.
No.
So
Grandpa
I think I
Belagor
said
moment.
it when not everybody here. But the idea is that this dungeon crawl is probably going to go past, well, like it's going to be a couple hours worth of content. But I don't want to end like super early is the thing. I want to like just end at our normal time. So my thought process is that as long as we just get to a part where it's like cool to stop, where it also allows for RP campfire, which is possible, right? You know, we'll say that like after an engagement or something like that, you all like, you know, take it aside and are able to kind of just talk amongst yourselves and all that. You know, is everybody cool with that idea?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay, cool. I am just getting a couple more things set up. I will be completely forward with everybody. I was a little bit unprepared today, but that is a me issue, so I apologize.
The punishment is death.
Oh,
Well, I guess game can't happen anymore. All of a sudden,
so dramatic.
Don't worry, we'll upload your psyche to a supercomputer so you'll be able to play forever.
Oh.
oh god, that sounds like torture.
Good.
Ugh. Um. And okay. Well, I hope everyone's been doing good and enjoying game and all that stuff.
Why do paladins wear chainmail?
Why?
God.
Because it's holy armor.
Oh.
What is a cleric's favorite hot drink?
What?
Divinity.
Okay, cool. I am almost done, everybody.
What do you call an orc with 2 brain cells?
Alcar.
Pregnant.
Oh god.
What happens when a dark elf casts sleep on you? You get drowsy.
Oh, I like that one.
That one
Three-
actually
The others
wasn't.
were awful.
Well,
3 orc.
like, that wasn't too bad.
3 orcs walk into a bar. The 4th one ducks. Why does leather armor make you better at sneaking? It's made of hide.
So stupid.
God, somebody stop him. They're starting to get good.
But Zach, these are the smartest things he's said all day.
Oh God.
Why can't a fallen paladin walk straight? He's out of alignment.
Oh no.
God.
Who taught? Remind me, who taught Alka all these silly jokes?
Yes.
All right.
Oh wait,
So-
I have one more. I have one more.
No, you don't get to say it.
How many elves does it take to sharpen a sword? 3. 1 to sharpen the sword, and 2 to write a song about it, so that when the first elf is done, 400 years later, they'll remember whose sword it was.
Oh my god.
All right, buddy, you're done.
So,
Cancelled.
here's what's going to happen. Everybody go ahead and give yourselves the benefit of a long rest, please.
Oh!
Do I actually need to do the long rest? I don't think I've done anything. I'll just do it just to be safe.
Mhm.
I love it that it only takes me 4 hours to do a long rest. So that, like, by the time everybody else is still asleep, Alcar is just patrolling the camp.
So, anyways, as you all wake up, I want everybody to roll me perceptions because my thought process is that your camp would have almost like you could still see the the giant like swath of cultist camps and such.
We got the room with the view.
So at this point, after a good day's rest, Leozen bows and says, "And I do mean it, that I don't forget when when a favor is earned and or a debt is owed. I appreciate you all."
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bye, Mr. Harper. I hope you get your autograph later.
Be safe,
he smirks as he nods and kind of gives like a very practiced bow, and he looks over to Civ and says, "I'll treat you to one of the wineries in El Terrell."
May your
delightful.
string plucking be jaunty, Harper.
Thanks, he says as he looks over at Civ, waiting for them to finish.
She just said sounds delightful.
He nods, shakes everybody's hands as they were, wishes you well, and gets on the move. Now, these perception rolls are for after you all have come to, as it were. Because I assume that you all would have sent Clip and Nerp pretty much ahead, right? Like to snag stuff, right?
Yeah.
That would be the smart thing, yeah.
So you start your journey. However, you see the two familiar kobolds walking back towards you guys.
Where are you going?
I don't know if it's a problem, but they're gone. At least on the outside.
What do you mean they're gone?
I mean, they're gone.
He just says as he kind of gestures. Those of you who did a 15 or higher, so I think that was Alcar, Reyna, Lyra, you are able to see that the outside camps, the tents have been taken down, they have been taken away, and there is nobody outside.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems like a problem.
It is a problem. Which means those eggs might have hatched already or moved.
We tarry then.
It's possible
goes,
they were able to pack up the main tents, the main camp, but if those eggs truly do need to be temperature controlled, maybe they're still preparing to move them now.
Mm-hmm. So we can't wait.
Does that mean that this actually might work out for us? A little bit better?
If that's truly the situation. Or maybe they packed up the tents and everyone moved inside the mountain. Which is potentially exponentially worse.
Granted, I do have, experience fitting big things into tight places. Shut the fuck up, nerd.
Oh my god.
and it goes,
Okay. But literally, again. So when we were working for them, when we heard about the hatchery and all that, it was a cave made by us, really. Not us specifically, but kobolds. So, I don't know how big this thing is. I don't think it goes into the mountain that deep. That's like a dwarf thing. It's silly. Gross.
All right, so this is just kind of like a little alcove inside the mountain. It couldn't possibly hold the entire encampment, is what you're saying.
That's the logical conclusion to come to.
All right, so
And he says, like, literally both of them kind of just shrug after that.
Unfortunately, this is where we're not as helpful. Sorry.
all right. Well, let's hope that's the case. And let's hope they haven't moved those eggs yet.
Yeah.
You want us to hang back, or you want us to come in for backup?
And when Nerp says, if you want us to come in for backup, Clip holds up the foot.
Well, I don't want you to get yourselves hurt.
No. If you do come, maybe just stay in the back and just, I don't know. If some schmuck follows us from the back, ambush him. Or just keep yourself safe.
Perhaps
Yes,
you could just...
stay hidden. Do not put yourselves in harm's way. I love you too much, and if anything were to happen to you, I would kill everyone in the world and then myself.
Jesus, Alcar.
You see this, like, both Clip and Nerp have this big, wide-eyed stare at you, Alcar, when you say this. Like, they don't know whether to feel endeared or scared.
Yes.
Yes.
What if you just stayed outside, keep yourselves hidden, and if anyone tries to approach when we're in there, maybe just sound
We
an
play
alarm?
footsie.
You hear Clip say as he holds up the foot again.
Yes, play footsie, sound the alarm, give some kind of warning to us that we're about to be ambushed. Just don't get hurt.
They both give, again, their very, very haphazard salute.
Yes, madam, right, sir, or ma'am. Damn it.
Right. Okay, so
You
who
all love
wants
these
to
kobolds,
go?
don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Who wants to take lead and who wants to take rear?
Not I.
Clip has to cover,
I'll take
Clip has,
Rhea.
Clip has to cover Nerp's mouth when you say who wants to take rear.
He couldn't stop Alcar.
No.
Not Alcar, he has to cover the other one.
I want to cast Mage Armor. Sorry,
That's
what
a
I wanted to.
lovely idea, Sphere. Like, right you are, Harry.
Nah.
So, okay. I would like, so I'll, here's what I'll do. I'm going to put you all at the cave entrance, but I'm going to block off the cave entrance, like, so you can't see in just yet, so that way you all can just adjust yourselves accordingly to marching order. So, like, you know, that sound reasonable to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Put me in the back. You gonna move, Sierra? I mean, Rena?
I just loaded in. Calm down.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so Alcar, are you going in first?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it should be Alcar and then either Civ or Quill, one of you two, and then Lyra, and then either Civ or Quill, whoever doesn't go in the front, and then Reyna will take back. So it's like strength, squishy, strength.
I'll go on the back side just because I'm squishier than Reyna currently.
You mean Civ?
Civ, yes, sorry. Apologies, Reyna.
Because then I figured Lyra and I both have healing spells, so if someone from Lyra forward gets hurt, Lyra can handle it, and if someone from Lyra behind Lyra gets hurt, then I can handle it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, so...
You want to move forward a step, Elgar, just so Lara can fit into the marching order?
Okay, there we go.
Right.
I'm missing a
So
square, so I'll just go that way.
Yeah.
But
that's
theoretically,
fine.
I'm behind Quill. Yeah.
But, so is that everybody's marching order? Everybody happy with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are able to go in the entrance over there.
And I will walk 500, and I will walk 500 more. Just to be that gnome
But-
who walks 1,000 miles to
You get
fall
one
down.
more square in. Everybody go ahead and move in with that. So.
I was very careful to only move one space until everyone was caught up.
Smart.
So, as you step in, you notice a dragon claw seemingly giving orders to some of the other people. And as he turns his head, his eyes open up as he looks at you specifically, Alcar.
Oh no.
You were the one who did the duel, he says as he draws his blade. You're gonna be going into initiative.
Before that, can I make a intimidation check?
I will allow an attempt. But
That's right. It was me that did the duel, and I almost won. Do you think you're good enough to survive?
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
Trying to bring up my character sheet, but it is not working that way, so I'm going to do it the other way.
If you have inspiration, Mead.
Oh no.
I'm
This
going
is
to
no
use
place.
my inspiration.
Is this the place to really waste it?
Yes.
Whoa.
It, unfortunately, does not work.
Oh.
He has Cultist Fervor.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's a separate feature part of it, but that plays into it. He's a fucking fanatic. You just tried to basically, crazy religious fanatics and how it's like you can't really intimidate them from not believing that if they, kill whoever, that they're going to their version of heaven.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
It's
So
okay, Mead, 'cause
everybody,
if it worked, that would have been really cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it just ended up being a waste of inspiration.
Well, then you just have to do something awesome to get it back.
exactly. I'll say this to everybody. Not all of your stuff is gonna be great, and that's okay, because it makes the moments that things really, come in cool, that much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't have the highs without the lows.
Exactly. So don't beat yourselves up too much if an idea doesn't work out, or
those
if
cultists are bad.
yes,
Alright.
indeed. Oh, you're good. Alcar, you're up.
Alcar holds his sword out to the side and his round shield out to the other, and he begins to grow. And he keeps growing, and growing, and growing, as he casts Giant's Might, and among other things, becomes large.
Aww.
I can't see anything. What's happening in there? Why is Alcar's ass so big?
I think somebody just awakened in me.
Oh no!
You hear one of the cultists yell, I'm so confused! You just hear one of them yell.
And then he just sprints forward, and
What the fuck?
he is going to attack with his longsword on the dragon claw.
Oh, don't you add
Roll me
a...
an extra d6.
Ooh.
That brings him from almost full health to almost done. Immediately.
Damn.
And then, oh, I'm not done quite yet. I'm going to use, where is it? Come on, I know you're in here. Action Surge!
Are you sure you want to use that now?
Actually, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna hold that.
This is literally the first engagement of this dungeon, and you will more than likely not get a short rest.
True. Okay, I'm going to end my turn,
I'm
actually.
saying this is an everybody thing. Think a little bit harder about what you use.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Conserve.
Lyra, you're up. Thick
what?
Alcar.
Big Alcar is very much in the way.
You could attack with ranged ones.
You can also
see
move.
them.
Yeah, but I don't think I can get around him.
I can't even see him on my screen, so I couldn't tell you. But
Yeah, from what I can tell, I can't move around him. But we're gonna see what I can. Okay.
One sec. I also, just for, this is just for flavor. If everybody looks at, if anybody who can see Alcar's token.
Yep.
I cannot.
Okay.
Can I
are
step
you
forward just to see what you're doing and then put myself back?
I'll go ahead and do that. I'll do that for you. Don't move.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't move.
Okay. Alcar the Thick.
Alcar the thick and juicy,
That's amazing.
like a Wendy's burger.
Looking like a double wide surprise. And also, you actually
get
can.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, yeah, you can.
Beautiful.
Oh, there goes Lyra. Can't see anyone.
Ha!
Oh god.
Primal Savagery on the Cultist. Another one that gets like critically injured, like literally death's fucking door.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these people?
Zach, for those of us who have dark vision, can we see past the dragon claw and the cultist?
So 1 second. You should see 60, not that much.
Well, I have 120 actually due to my stone rune.
Ooh,
Isn't that well active or no? Is that passive?
it's passive.
That's passive, yeah. Dark vision 120.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh yeah, just for clarity, right now I have the stone rune and the cloud rune. So if I
Okay, thank you.
switch
That
either of those,
helps.
I will inform you if I.
Lyra, is that your turn? I understand we have questions. That was middle of Lyra's turn. I need to.
I was thinking, if it's worth it now. Maybe I'll just save it. Okay, we're good. I'll just end it.
Okay, Dragon Claw. So this one sees, and he draws his blade, and he says, "Do not tarry, brothers! This is why our faith shall be tested!"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God.
Oh my god.
So he's going to make an attack at advantage. Keep in mind, the last Dragon Claw, you never got to see what they could do.
Oh yeah, we kind of kidnapped him.
Is that James or whatever his name was that was angry earlier, or is this a different dragon claw?
James.
It is
I believe
James.
it's-
I am actually going to use my rune carve feature and use my cloud rune to redirect that 9 onto the other dragon claw.
Go ahead and post that rune, and that rune is tapped now.
Yeah, I can't actually post the rune itself, but I can link rune carver.
Which one is it? The cloud rune?
The cloud rune, yeah.
You see within 3, and you or a creature, you can use your reaction to evoke the rune and choose a different creature within 30 feet of you other than the attacker. Chosen creature becomes target of the attack, same roll as magic transfer. Alright, that is used, and he kills his friend.
Oh.
Yikes.
Nice.
What the fuck?
How can you miss something so big?
No, you did this, he says, pointing his blade at you.
Guilty as charged. What are you going to do about it? Cry? Cry more.
Fucking stab you big, thick monster.
Alcar just makes baby crying motions.
You're up. I'm gonna cut this short so you can do your thing.
Ooh.
Firebolt. Jesus
Damn.
Christ. Critically injured.
Boom.
Stop killing shit.
Never!
Also, Ray, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Oh, oops, I said I'm just gonna end my turn.
Oh, okay, sorry. If there was any cool flavor or anything like that, we missed that too. Sorry.
Nah, all good. It's Firebolt. Y'all know what it looks like.
A bolt of fire.
Yeah, I'll save
I'll
save
take a-
flavor.
Sorry. I'll take a swing at the thickums. Ha!
That is a hit.
This one is going to attack Lyra. Scimitar.
Ayo!
Does a 14 hit you, Lyra?
No.
All right, that misses. Raina Stormborn.
Yay! I can finally see things.
You just walk up, you just see giant Alucard.
I hope you all like this because you're gonna see more of it.
Yeah, I do.
I'm sorry. Can I do this, Alcar, real quick?
Yes.
Or, Raina.
Yeah.
Unreasonably thick.
Da 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 da.
Good old thunder wave.
Would you cast that? Do you just hear Thunderstruck play in the background?
Yes.
Da 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 da. Thunder.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One sec. I think if one cultist dies, I think. Yep. That one dies. He's not gonna even get a turn. This Dragon Claw passes it. The other one. Oh, he's like on the fucking cusp of death.
Okay, let's see.
And the other one turns into a Ragnarok.
Hold on.
Also, I'm taking away the template now.
Do they get pushed back with this spell or no?
Only
The
if
ones that
they
take-
fail.
Ah.
Okay, I'm gonna end my turn. I want to conserve my spells.
Okay. Stop staring at Alucard's ass. Stop staring at Alucard's ass.
Oh god.
You know you want to.
Quill is going to firebolt the Dragon Claw. Damn.
Oh.
Aww.
I'm
Little,
distracted.
just like her.
I'm distracted.
Alcar wiggles his ass.
Oh god. Don't look away, look away. Focus, Quill, focus.
Just imagine thickness.
He's got amazing thighs, but focus. It's your turn, Alucard.
Oh, is it?
Firebolt, and who was that on, though?
It was on the Dragon Claw. It missed.
Oh, that... Okay, yeah, it did. Sorry.
All good.
I am actually going to target the Dragon Claw this time.
What
And then
now?
I am going to... Alcar is going to thrust with his longsword.
Oof.
You impale him.
Nice.
Nice.
And then he's just going to look down at the cultists looming over them and just smile.
1 sec. Before it's your turn, Laya.
Oh, there's Laya.
Yeah? You're fucked. Go for it.
Ha!
Shit!
The sound that makes.
I
know.
know, I love it.
You tear into him. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Boo!
My faith strong. I've
Boo!
done this. No, not Boo. Not Boo. Boo. Yucky poos. Yucky poos. Here, yeah.
Sif was like a little too busy looking at her nails, and then she realizes that they're fighting, and she's like, "Oh, rad!"
Oh god.
This attacks my help.
No, no.
No.
Nice.
Combat comes to.
For now. It is
For
a dungeon
now.
crawl after all.
Now, I think that this would be a great place to kind of have us stop for the day, as you've gotten an engagement in, and you know the next one. I don't know how long it will or won't be. Again, there's a lot of potential encounters and all that through the rest of this cave, and you're near the entrance, so it opens the door for RP Campfire.
Yes.
Does anybody have any objections against that?
No.
Nope.
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 Alrighty then. Well, thick Alcar cheeks galore, everyone. Aha!
Huzzah!
Yeah, that's game, everybody.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Huzzah!
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
everyone.
Thank you, everybody who came in, and we will see you next time on Game Day Hype.
Game day hype!
Hype,
Hey,
hype,
Bye.
hype.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, bye.